0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
Let's go. It's time for Sedano and Kap.
A little sabor, and we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Kap is on.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
The LA Afternoon Drive takeover.
He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah. You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year.
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name?
There it is.
Assminger. Hey, these Hard Knocks guys, they're all over me right now. It's like I'm in back of Dayton. You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm.
Here we go.
You don't know. You don't know. And you know why you don't know? Because you're gutless, Andy. You're gutless.
Sedano and Kap.
God, I'm going to melt you.
Ba-da-bop. Boom, ba-da-bop. Dee-da-da-bop. Doom, da-da-bop.
So let me tell you what happened.
All right, so go ahead. So the story Mason didn't want to be a part of that he left.
He did not want to be a part of that story, and he pushed the button.
Right, because it was about Steve Hartman.
So one of Mason's...
Who is his only real blood feud.
His #1 nemesis on planet Earth is a gentleman named Steve Hartman.
Yeah.
Now, DeAndre is looking at me like, I don't know who Steve Hartman is.
He's on KTLA. He's like a old school radio LA legend.
Yeah, so he's been on radio in LA and San Diego and, TV in LA for probably the last 30-plus years, maybe even longer, right? And he started out as like a Raiders PR guy back in the old school Al Davis days. And his calling card is that he has like this incredible recall mind and he knows everything about trivia. Okay, fine. So I used to work with Steve Hartman for many years and had a really nice relationship with the guy. And I've always been cordial. So I'm sitting last night in the media dining area before the Laker game. This is about 6 o'clock.
Right, because he works at KTLA.
Right. So and I didn't know that. I had no idea. And by the way, whoever dyes Steve Hartman's hair does a better job than the girl who dyes my hair. Yeah. Because his hair is freaking midnight black. You know what I'm saying? Like mine is like a little like ashy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like a little gray mixed in.
Yeah, I see it.
But Hartman, I mean, it is just black, dude. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I'm sitting there and here's what's happening. I have the legendary Jim Hill sitting right across from me. I've got Stu Lance to my left.
Oh, wow. Two legends.
Oh, you don't understand. It's a power table.
Yeah.
I got Billy McDonald sitting right over here, okay? And so all these guys are there, and here comes Hartman.
Right.
And Hartman comes and sits down. He's like, hey, Kaplan, haven't seen you in a long time. What's going on? And so we start chatting it up, and all I'm wishing for, because I'm texting Mason now, hey, where are you? Where are you, bro? Come to the media dining room. Like, let's have some
You
dinner.
were, like, egging him on.
Yes.
He didn't, and you weren't going to tell him.
No, I was trying to fish him in.
Right.
Like, I thought I had him hooked.
Yeah, you're like, hey, where are you?
Yeah,
I'm here.
I thought I was going to pull him.
I'm
like,
here.
Right, Mace, come on, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Mace, come meet
I'm here.
Me. Come meet me in the media dining room, and let's have a little something. We'll have a little nosh.
Right.
Right? Little did he know
that Steve Hartman was there.
Hartman was sitting to my right.
Right. So did he come in?
He did not.
Oh.
So you see, I was thinking tonight's the night.
Right.
Like
Tonight
my
is
favorite
the night.
song.
Yeah.
You know? And I was going to try and, maybe mend some bridges. And let me tell you something. Jim Hill, like, looked over at Hartman, and he's like, Scott, let me tell you something. He goes, we loved working with this guy because he's a real radio guy. He doesn't need a script. He doesn't need a teleprompter.
Right.
We would say, go, and he would talk for 3 or 4
I
minutes.
remember when I used to come to L.A. all the time, he would do him and Michael were doing a show together.
Yes. So he left San Diego in probably 2002-ish, moved up to L.A. I don't remember what station it was. And that's when there was the
Loose Cannons.
The new version of the Loose Cannons.
Right, and he was doing it with Michael.
And Feeling You.
And Vic the Brick.
Right. And I loved Michael. That's where I fell in love with Michael.
Right.
Was on that show.
Yeah.
So I really thought last night was my opportunity to get Hartman
And mend the
Mason
fences with Mason?
Hug it out.
Yeah.
No, didn't happen.
So did you bring up Mason at all to Hartman?
I did not.
Oh, because that's what I thought this was going.
No,
we were going to hear his side of the story.
No side.
Oh.
I got no side.
Yeah.
I mean, I can call him right now if you want.
I mean, that was kind of an empty story.
Well,
other
the
than
story
just like you
is
telling us you were going to reel in Mason. We could have done that.
Come on, Mason.
I mean, we spent 4 minutes on that. Like I thought there was there was going to be a better end to the story.
No, there's no ending. There's no punchline. It was just Mace did not show up, and I was going to try and mend fences.
Okay.
Hartman.
What else happened at the game that you want to talk about?
Had a great night.
You were hanging out with Myles Garrett, I heard.
So Myles Garrett, the superstar defensive end.
Future Charger?
Maybe future Ram?
Maybe.
I don't know. All I know is this, is that Myles Garrett was in the suite last night.
Yeah.
And he had his agent with him, the gentleman that works for Clutch. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing that I didn't know, and I'm just kind of putting it out there. So I said to Myles, I go, hey, do you live in L.A. in the offseason? He's like, no, I'm just out here vacationing, messing around. I'm like, oh, nice, man. And his agent, I don't know his name, nice guy, very nice guy. He tells me, you ready for this?
Yeah.
He went to college with Sean McVay and Chris Shula.
Oh, wow.
The defensive coordinator of the Rams.
At Dayton?
Is that where they went to school? Dayton?
I believe so. Or Miami of Ohio, maybe?
Yeah, I think that might be it. Miami of Ohio. Yeah. So I I didn't say anything.
I was thinking Dayton because you always use Dayton as a reference for Gruden.
Because I think that's his hometown, I think.
No, for Gruden.
Yeah, but I think they're all from Dayton. I think they're all. So I am standing there talking.
Well, Sean's from Georgia.
Sean McVay?
Yeah.
I thought he was from Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so I'm standing there talking to Myles Garrett and his agent, and the agent tells me, yeah, I went to college with McVay and with Chris Shula.
Nice.
And I'm Miami, by the way.
Miami of Ohio, yeah.
And I'm just like sitting there going, So the agent went to college with McVay, and Myles is visiting L.A., and Myles wants out of Cleveland, and all of a sudden it hit me. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do a deal.
You wanted to make the deal happen.
I want to make a deal, and I'm going to make a proposal and tell me what you guys think.
Yeah.
If Myles Garrett wants out of Cleveland.
Send Stafford?
And Stafford is talking about leaving L.A., and Cleveland desperately needs the kind of veteran quarterback leadership that Stafford could provide.
Right.
And Myles Garrett could add to what is already a young, aggressive, up-and-coming defense.
Yeah.
Let's do a beautiful thing, baby. Let's trade Myles Garrett and Matthew Stafford. Let's do it.
What else are you going to put in that trade?
No, mano y mano. That's
it.
it.
No.
Why not? Cleveland needs a quarterback.
Cleveland gets a quarterback out of it, though.
Yeah, but for 1 year?
No. He's going to want an extension.
I don't think they can because of the cap situation there.
What do I have to do with anything?
That's a good one.
Like a salary cap.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad,
Oh, yeah. Are they way over?
They have that whole Deshaun Watson thing to worry about.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so you can't do it, Cappy.
All right, you ready? You take Myles Garrett and Deshaun Watson. No. You take them both.
No.
I mean, yeah, that was actually somebody proposed that, actually. I saw one of those, stupid trades. I mean, if they did that, I feel like it'd be worth it for sure.
Anything else happen at the game?
It was a great night. It really was. My favorite part of the entire night. Forget about the basketball game. Forget about the score.
How about the AD tribute?
The AD tribute was good. It was classy.
It was nice.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of fans on social media kind of with little tear emojis, like it brought them some tears.
Of course.
And it was nice. I couldn't get over the irony of it all. There's Anthony Davis, decked out, looking smooth, wearing sunglasses, because, of course, I can't have anybody see my eyes on the Jumbotron while I'm here, having a tribute, And so that's why I wear sunglasses inside, too. If AD can get away with it and LeBron can get away with it, why can't we all get away with it? Nonetheless, it was a very classy tribute. It was very sweet, very nice. But my favorite part is the fan base. Thank you, Nico.
Well, that was later.
Well, it just...
When Luka was at the free throw line.
Thank you, Nico. Beat, bop, beat, up, boo. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you like the Max Christie tribute?
I'm very anti-Max Christie right now.
Why?
Because I had him on Prize Picks last night to score 12 points.
He didn't go.
And he got 10 points in the first half. I'm like, I got this, no problem.
And then
he couldn't hit a three. He couldn't hit anything close.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit pissed at LeBron too. Just by
Why?
the way,
Because he took Luka's shots.
I had LeBron last night to have more than 3 free throws made.
Yeah.
He makes 2, no problem.
Right.
He gets to the free throw line. He only took 4 free throws the entire game.
Yeah.
He gets to the free throw line. Gets up there, dribble, shot, swish, no problem. 3. Now I'm home free, right? He's going to make the next free throw. Air ball.
Wow.
LeBron James, air ball.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Yeah.
I was like, yo, LeBron, are you intentionally trying to hurt me?
I think he knew.
Yeah.
You say everyone's always listening. He probably was like, I'm not helping this.
Come on,
this
LeBron.
Dude.
For reals?
I've heard all the stuff he said about me.
Air ball?
Scumbag. He listens all the time.
I mean, hey, you want to miss a shot, but an air ball from LeBron from the free throw line?
Yeah. All right, let's get into the actual game, Cappy. Let's do that on the other side. But first, ESPN LA, the Lakers and BB Guard teaming up to find the Lakers Gafote, the greatest fan of all time. Are you the Gafote? If so, you can win the ultimate fan prize pack, which includes courtside seats and a year's supply of BB Go. All you got to do is go to their website, LakersGafote.com. That's LakersGFOAT.com, and find out how you can win that prize pack. Mm-hmm. All right, coming up next, let's get into the game. Did it live up to the hype? What did we learn from the game? But first, Cappy, tell us about your friend Avner Guy.
Okay, look, if you find yourself in a situation where your home is flooded, by the way, I've been in this situation, it's a terrible deal. Because if you have a flood in your house, like I had a flood, it was underneath my house, and it had been going on for weeks, and I had no idea, but the flooring was like starting to buckle, and I was just like not even paying attention. I'm like, whatever, something's going on. It then destroyed the entire house. If you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the damage is, you must call Avner Gat today, and here's why. Because you're not an expert at dealing with your homeowner's insurance company. Avner Gat and his team, they are experts. They've been in this industry for over 20 years. They have a team of people that used to work at law firms, used to work at the insurance companies. They know how to deal with the insurance companies, and they have the relationships with the insurance companies. So if your insurance company is turning on you and they won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster that you're dealing with just ghosts you, this is when you call Avner Gat and he takes care of business. His number, 818-917-5256. Perhaps you've seen his billboards around town. 818-917-5256. You can visit his website, avnergat.com. When you call, Avner answers. You'll know it's him because it'll ring. Ring. Hello. That's Avner. Avner Gat, your claim, our game.
The LA Kings continue to be the best home team in the NHL and mounted a third-period comeback Monday to beat rival Vegas.
Moore, left wing, Moore shoots, scores! Trevor Moore with a snipe from the near circle. Kings taken away. Byfield steps to the middle. Can't shoot yet. Backhander in front. Score! Fogle! What a goal! Byfield to Fogle. He deep to the backhand and flicked it into the empty net. And with 11:29 to play in the third, it's 3-2 LA. Moves it back in deep again. Maybe keep away by the Kings here late. Now left circle, Fiala in front. Backhand! Score! What a goal! Kevin Fiala, and the Kings lead by 3 late in the third period. A 4-goal frame here in Los Angeles. A barrage here in the final 20.
Tonight, the Kings return to action at home at Crypto.com Arena to meet another Pacific Division opponent, the Vancouver Canucks. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 7 p.m. Pacific on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Law offices of Joseph S. Normand, visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text LIKE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text LIKE to 42424. That's LIKE to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Sedano and Kap on 710.
Yeah.
Sedano and Kap continues.
Nah, really?
Right now.
Johnny Come Lately. Oh, Johnny Come Lately, Cappy. That's what we thought about you for a second around here. Well, not me, but all the other people.
Let me tell you something right now. Tomorrow, 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Commercial free.
Yeah.
My man Deacon Fry
is going to be in the house
from the Eagles.
Yeah.
Will be in the house.
You know, this song came out before I was even born.
Well, it was way before he was born, too.
Yeah.
You know? Don't get crazy tomorrow, DeAndre, when Deacon Fry comes in here. He plays guitar for the Eagles, the band. He doesn't play center for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's not a world champion. So when I say he plays for the Eagles, I mean he's a singer and a guitar player, not a tush pusher. You feel me?
I got you, man. DeAndre, how did you feel about the game last night as the host of Lakers Talk Daily?
I felt it was good. I felt it was more than just a Luka Dončić revenge game. I felt like the Lakers ultimately went in there with the intentions of, hey, this is a team game. We're going to win this game for Luka Dončić.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, yes, he's still trying to find his rhythm. He's still trying to find his groove. But ultimately, recording a triple-double, I feel like he's going to be just fine. So.
Hey, by the way, speaking of a triple-double, the rebound totals were insane last night.
Mm-hmm. They have to be if they're going to play small.
I know. I don't really think of Luka as being a guy.
Oh no, he's got 80-something triple doubles in his career.
Yeah,
so.
but I just don't. I guess I don't really see him as like. I see him as a scorer, obviously. You know what I mean? I don't really see him. No, he's big. But I think last night, because Dallas didn't have any of their big guys, you know, he was able to acquire a lot of rebounds. And I don't remember what the final number was. It was like 15 or 18, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
15 total rebounds last night. 13 on the defense.
He's always
end. been
a fairly good rebounder through his career,
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't know, you're right, triple doubles, yes. But I was watching last night because I was trying to decide if I should have played Luka last night for more than 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And I was like, I don't know. That kind of seems like a lot. Man, he practically had that before the third quarter was over.
Dude, so the game started, and he had those first two shots were horrendous. And, you're like, oh, boy, what's this going to be like? Is he that amped up that it's, going to be bad? And then he hit the first one. Then after that, he was on a roll because he scored, 10 straight points. And I was like, oh, he's going for 50. He's out for blood now. And J. Kidd, you could see it in the huddle, TNT, on their broadcast. They had J. Kidd mic'd up. And he basically said, he's like, don't let Luka off the hook. Stay on him no matter what. And, so they started throwing 2 and 3 guys at him constantly, and they kind of muddied up the game after that for him.
Well, I needed him. I needed Luka and Kyrie to combine for more than 12.5 assists.
Yeah.
Thank goodness Luka did that for me because Kyrie was too busy scoring. He was like, hey, there's nobody else who I can pass the ball to. I'll just have to do all the scoring myself.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really doing much by way of assists.
Sorry. There was one shot that Luka had at the three-pointer, and they took that three-pointer away. What? I didn't see what happened.
I don't either. I didn't understand that either. I didn't feel like we got a good explanation on the broadcast either.
Yeah, I was curious because I when they came back from break, I saw that the points were
gone.
Yeah, were gone. So
they never addressed it in a way that at least I found to be tangible in regards to the explanation. So
I was talking to Myles Garrett. I have no idea what happened.
So I was thinking, like,
do you think Myles Garrett wanted to watch the game and Cappy was just talking his ear off the whole game?
No, because everybody was talking to him, and I was like, you know what? I don't even know if I'm going to have a chance to go up and say hello to him.
Did you tell him that your Alex Van Pelt was your boy?
So I texted my boy Van Pelt. Well, I texted my
So
boy.
you know your offensive coordinator is your old offensive coordinator is my best friend.
Well, it's an icebreaker. So I texted my boy Van Pelt, and I go, Myles Garrett's in our suite tonight. I go, good guy, nice guy. He goes, oh my God, sweetheart of a guy. Make sure you go say hello to him. You'll see he's a really great guy. And so I go up and I say hello. We start chatting a little bit. He had no idea that Van Pelt had signed with the Rams.
Yeah.
So, but he was all very happy for me. It was a nice conversation. He's a nice guy. I liked his agent. I wish I would have known his name.
Yeah.
But he works for your agency, Clutch.
Yeah. My agency.
Isn't that your agency?
No.
Oh. Well, that was your agency.
Hold on.
They don't rep broadcasters.
They don't?
No.
Oh. Okay, might be.
Hold on. There's a video that's been going that I saw like a couple hours ago.
Yeah. Trust me, if they did, I'd be like, Rich, let's go.
Yeah.
On ESPN Los Angeles, and it was you, Corporate Greg, and DeMarco on the baseline when the Lakers were warming up.
Little scouting report.
Yeah, a little scouting report. I just want to know.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, what was going through your head when you were sitting down there on the baseline watching them warming up?
Well, I was just trying to analyze what was going on. You know what I mean? I was watching LeBron take his shots.
Yeah.
I was looking at LeBron's ankle.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's really, he's hurt. You know, he's been hurt for a long time, and he missed the All-Star game as a result. So, I was scouting out his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was looking at Luka, trying to see if Luka had the fire in his eyes.
Yeah.
For the night. And yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. I was down there just kind of scouting things out. And by the way, it was a big event last night. If I get DeMarco to leave after his show, go all the way home, and come all the way back,
yeah,
that's a big night.
Yeah.
Very big.
I was good at home.
Yeah, you enjoyed the game?
It was nice to watch it from home, to be honest.
Yeah, everybody was asking me, they're like, where's Sedano tonight? I'm like, you know what? He's doing a little dad time. He's hanging out with his kid. He's watching the game on the couch.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're surprised he didn't come. I'm like, the dude is traveling all the time. The guy goes to 1 million NBA games. If he don't get paid, he don't show up.
That's it.
You know?
That's the reality.
It's
going to take a lot for me to go to not get paid.
I understand.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
People used to ask me all the time.
Like the last time I went that I didn't get paid was I went to opening night this year with the T-Wolves. And then I think before that might have been when LeBron broke the scoring record.
I know, like for 20 years as I traveled around doing NFL football games, and people would say, hey, you going to the game this Sunday? I'm like, no, because I'm not working it, and I'm not going to the game that I'm not working.
Exactly. Hey, by the way, if you haven't heard, the Lakers, BBGO, and us are doing a thing called Finding the Lakers Gafote, the greatest fan of all time. If you want more information, go to the website, LakersGafote.com. That's LakersGFOAT.com. You can win courtside seats. You can win a year's worth supply of BBGO. It's good stuff. The courtside seats and the BBGO. I mean, that's pretty insane. So go to LakersGafote.com.
We're promoting it a lot on the radio.
Yeah, it's literally every segment.
I mean, yeah, but you got to see what goes on in the arena.
I mean, I need to get paid by BBGO at this point. I think I've read it so many damn times.
You can pay
or at least give me the year's worth of supply.
Right.
Seriously.
Listen, I'll take a couple of bags for the freezer. You know what I mean? But in game, there is so much
Whose account
promotion.
is that, Lindsay? Do we know? BBGO?
That is Sam Lloyd's account.
It is?
Yes.
Hey,
Thanks,
Sam,
Cappy.
get us some BBGO or something. What the
But
hell? We've been talking about this for 2 days, 3 days.
We promote it like crazy on the air, but the Lakers are doing the exact same thing in the arena.
I get it, but I'm saying, like, hook a brother up, like you would say.
Yeah, you want some dumplings?
I've been around you enough to be like, I need a piece.
Right, give me a little something.
Yeah.
Come on, Sam.
All right, listen. So I'll say this. On the flip side, while I thought the Lakers did a nice job yesterday, I still think Dallas is very viable. Like, they didn't have their three big guys. They fought in that game. Like, they didn't get their ass kicked by Luka and the Lakers in that game. Like, they can walk away feeling at least decent about themselves.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers were 9-point favorites, and most of us assumed that the Lakers were going to win this game. As a matter of fact, the entire broadcast yesterday, at no point did we say, what if Dallas pulls the upset here? Like, it was not even up for consideration.
Right.
And I will say this about LeBron. We all talk about LeBron has to play this role, and Luka has to do this, and LeBron has to take a back seat, and all these other things.
Well, I mean, that's what's happening.
Until the fourth quarter comes around. And when you need somebody to put the team on their back, LeBron
Are you
still
doing this already?
that guy.
Are you creating like a schism between the two already? They've played 9 games together.
No schism.
Or not even. They've played like 5 games
I don't even know what a schism is. But here's what I do know, is that it was a close game at the end of the third quarter.
Luka had the ball in his hands, and then he found LeBron wide open.
And LeBron did what LeBron needed to do to ensure the
right,
victory.
but that's them playing in unison. I don't know if you realize that. That's not LeBron going one-on-one at the top of the key trying to break somebody
down. They were sending two at Luka Dončić, too, because he was catching in the mid-post, and they were doubling him. So
all I'm saying is that LeBron...
King's wide open, man. Pass it to him.
When you had to win the game, when it was on the line, LeBron had to step up his scoring, because at that point he hadn't scored as much.
Right.
There was that one spectacular pass that went over the defender and right into LeBron's hands for that dunk.
Yeah.
And
that's the type of stuff LeBron would do with AD.
That was such a brilliant pass.
Yeah.
Incredible. And great finish.
He's a virtuoso. Luka. Well, LeBron, too, for that matter.
So he's a virtuoso and a prodigy.
Correct.
So he's like Beethoven of basketball.
Correct.
Hey.
They're like Beethoven and Mozart.
Not like Beethoven and Bach.
Maybe Bach.
Okay. I don't know.
Not Sebastian Bach.
I don't know about Bach's. I don't know his catalog.
Not Sebastian, though.
No.
Not the guy from Warrant or whatever.
Warrant?
Yeah.
Is he really from
Was
Warrant?
it Warrant? Sebastian Bach?
Sebastian Bach? Was he
Pretty
in Warrant?
sure.
Really? If Sebastian
It's like a
Bach,
hairspray, one of those hairspray bands
80s
for sure.
band. But if you just pulled
Bach.
Sebastian Bach from Warrant, I'm going to be super impressed.
Let me see.
Come on. That would be impressive.
Sebastian Bach.
Nah, I'm going to say not Warrant. I'm going to the field. I'm taking the field here.
What was he?
Skid
Row.
Skid Row.
Oh,
Come on,
damn it.
George.
I was close.
Come on, we're 5 blocks away.
I was in the same ballpark.
You were in an 80s hair band ballpark.
For sure.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. 1 hour down, 2 more to go. Our buddy, my buddy, do you know him? Do you know Tim McMahon at all?
Tim McMahon and I.
He's my amigo.
Let me tell you something about Tim McMahon.
Yeah.
Tim McMahon and I.
You're tight?
We have a bromance.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
I'd love to hear more about this.
For sure.
Tim McMahon has literally written the book on Luka.
Yeah.
The Wonder Boy.
Well, he wrote most of the book.
Right,
on
he had to
Luka.
write an extra chapter during this time.
They screwed him over and traded Luka when the book was about to be released.
I think it'll help him because Laker fans buy everything, basically. I ain't blaming him. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually maybe more fruitful for our guy. He's going to be in studio with us next. We'll talk to him about the game last night and all sorts of other stuff. Stick around, 710 ESPN. But first, let me tell you about my friends at LAX, where changes are arriving daily to reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the traveler experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces and hundreds of EV charging stations. I'll be there this weekend. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding. Who doesn't want to get to their flight faster? And a new facility will soon have all major rental car brands under one roof at LAX. So when your friends and family come to visit, they can go there. And in the future, if you're local, you don't even need a car to get to LAX. The People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. So you take the Metro to the Sentry Station right there outside the airport. People Mover train pick you up right to your terminal. For more information, check out their website, flylax.com. That's flylax.com.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
I think what I said was, if you do wet your pants, it's at least warm for a little while. And
But where does that come from?
I don't know. I'm just talking to you.
And here's where
this is where I do not believe you. Like, as adult men, you've never had an accident. Come on.
They're not Cappy, bro.
Well, he has different underpants just for that reason.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Want to sell your home because you're downsizing? Call Seller's Advantage. Want to sell the home that you've inherited? Call Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your home and take advantage of your equity? Call Seller's Advantage. No matter what your reason for selling, Seller's Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer and can close in as little as days or as long as you need. Don't worry about the condition of your home. You don't need to pay for costly repairs because they buy as is. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes for over 20 years, focusing on helping sellers get the highest offer possible without having to get it ready for the market or deal with agents or pay commissions. They make selling easy and painless. They'll even offer you a $10,000 advance for moving and other expenses. If it's time to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. Call 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-397-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
The CONCACAF Nations League Finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. 1 ticket, 2 matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, Linz.
Thanks, Sedano. All right, so like I texted you guys earlier today in the group chat, I would like to share this knowledge with all of the listeners that we talked about the egg tax yesterday.
Oh, we did, yes.
The egg tax from Denny's and Waffle House and other breakfasts.
Surcharge.
Yeah. They're just charging people extra for eggs.
Right?
Go to Costco.
I think it's like 50 cents an egg or something.
Yeah.
Come on, really?
So it was more in some places.
Yeah.
Up to $2, Cappy.
Damn.
Well, McDonald's says, bleep that. No egg tax here. Like, eat all the McMuffins you want.
There you go. Look at that. McDonald's saving the day.
McDonald's.
And by the way, I've actually had this conversation with someone who is a nutritionist and said, not that it's like super healthy, but they said if you're gonna have anything at McDonald's for breakfast, an egg McMuffin is the way to go because you get the egg, you get the McMuffin. You don't necessarily need to go with the processed breakfast meat if you don't want to. That's probably like not so great. But it's not the worst thing in the world is basically what they told me.
But one of the best things in the world is a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. And by the way, that slides right through you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, there's no doubt.
In and
Lubricates
out.
the insides.
Right. Total middleman right from here. You know what I mean? In and out.
Also,
no, In-N-Out doesn't serve McMuffins.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't. Also, Sunday is Egg McMuffin Day.
Oh.
And McDonald's, because it's like the 50th anniversary of the Egg McMuffin, so you can order them on the app for $1.
Wow, look at that. Cappy, there you go. If you need to,
I don't have the McDonald's app.
Well, you better get it.
I mean, just download it.
I know, but I don't have any fast food apps.
Because you want to know why, Cappy? The sausage McMuffins are buy one, get one free on the app.
See, that's even worse. That is the
You
worst
get one
thing.
you for your kid.
I know, but that's the worst thing because like, if you ever pull into a drive-thru at McDonald's and you find out it's like buy one, get one free of a sausage,
It's like
egg, and
6
cheese
hours
McMuffin.
to get through
Well,
it.
not only that, but then you're like, I'll just have a regular McMuffin. They're like, okay, that's like $8. And then you're like, but wait, the sausage, egg, and cheese, you can get two for like $5, and then you get it, and then you wind up eating both of them. You just
Right.
can't help it. I don't know if that's your
Tim
experience,
McMahon's
Tim.
here. I don't know. You McMuffin guy? No?
No. You're looking pretty lean. You look
Yeah.
pretty good.
I feel like he's a chilaquiles kind of guy in
Oh, yeah?
like Texas or something like
try
that.
to avoid the fast food in general, but
I do. Yes, I agree. But McMuffin, not the worst thing in the world for you. I was told.
Apparently, I don't have a personal nutritionist.
George spoke to a
I guess you
nutritionist.
do.
Yeah.
Luka Dončić has a full-time nutritionist.
He does?
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you've been.
It was very apparent yesterday, right?
Yeah. I mean, he looks thin. Ish.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's definitely down significantly from early in the season for sure.
You got a little grin on your face about that.
I mean, for whatever reason, I'm like the guy who's reported all the Luka Dončić weights over the years.
Yeah.
But it's been a storyline, and it's a storyline that has in part paved the way for him to have a fancy new purple and gold sports car that was cruising outside of Crypto yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I bet these Jordan guys are probably so happy that he's with the Lakers. Because last night, what they did across the street, Tim, where they did the free parking, like
Everybody
free parking,
talked about that.
Compliments of Luka, and then it's like as if Luka was like, I had this great idea. Why don't we just? It's just a thought. There's a parking lot right across the street. I'll buy parking for everybody. But that, and then the purple whatever vehicle it was,
and the ad that they dropped, and they didn't buy any airtime.
Right.
They just dropped it on social media, and the thing took off from there.
Yeah.
It was a genius ad. All my exes live in Texas, changing the plates from. Now, why he had a purple car with Texas plates, but they're
Whatever.
California plates now.
Yeah.
Look,
I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But the branding opportunities that come with playing for the Los Angeles Lakers are certainly in a different stratosphere than they are playing for the Dallas Mavericks and frankly, probably any other team in the league with a potential argument for the New York Knicks, but he's playing for the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA now.
Right.
As opposed to playing in the shadow of the Dallas Cowboys.
Right. He was playing for the Houston Texans of the NBA.
Now, do you think Nico wore the
Texans
electric
title.
blue suit for a reason yesterday, or what do you think there?
I don't know that Nico put a whole lot of thought in that, but I think Nico definitely made a point of, hey, I'm here. If anybody wants to come chit-chat, have words. Lucas certainly had no interest in that, which was not a surprise. I wasn't sure if Nico would sit in the lower bowl, and he was tucked away in a corner. It wasn't like he was front and center, but he sat in the lower bowl. I'll be honest, I thought that we were going to see a lot more rage and fury from Luka.
Yeah. I mean, early on you did.
You got a glimpse.
Yeah.
You got a glimpse, especially when he hit that three midway through the first quarter, turned around, stared down the bench, gave out a roar. I thought we were going to see a lot of that. We really didn't. And kind of sunk in last night that the prevailing emotion that Luka has isn't necessarily anger towards the Mavericks, but
befuddlement.
I think even sadness.
Right.
Now, Luka's going to find his joy if the Lakers keep playing like this, and as he gets his legs under him, and as he had, like last night, he did everything well except for shoot the ball.
Right.
I think you'll see a lot more of the Denver type performances from him. He's got a great relationship with JJ. They were buddies during their short time together. His teammates have remained friends, and now that that relationship's going to evolve. I asked JJ about that last night, and he said, "Hey, two things basically what he asked Luka is, do you want to be, can I coach you? Do you want to be coached, and can communication be direct?" Luka said yes to both, and JJ's like, the friendship evolvement into the player-coach dynamic will be just fine. The guy idolized LeBron as a kid growing up in Europe. Dorian Finney-Smith is on the short list of his all-time favorite teammates. The less it's about the divorce of the Mavericks, the more it's about the start of the journey with the Lakers, the better for Luka. And I think, as he said, he was just happy to get last night over with, where I thought it was going to be much more about showing the Mavericks, you bleeping.
That might happen on April 9th, though.
Well, April 9th, certainly it could.
Yeah.
Certainly it could.
Yeah.
And again, last night he played pretty well. It's fun.
Those first two shots were like, whoa. You were like, oh, boy, this could go bad.
Yeah, and the thing about Luka is he's a guy who, last night was a 19-point triple-double. I've seen him have plenty of 30-point triple-doubles where you walked away from the game saying Luka didn't play very well tonight.
Right.
Which just tells you the level of his talent.
Right.
But last night I thought he played well. He just didn't shoot it well.
Tim, I want to ask you, as somebody who's down in Dallas and close to the Mavericks, all this talk about Luka, his weight, his conditioning, his passion for beer drinking. Today I read he likes to hookah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he's from Europe. Do you know anybody from Europe that doesn't smoke? I just wanted to ask you, were all of these complaints that we're hearing about since the trade, what was it a year or two before the trade? Were the Mavericks organizationally, publicly complaining about his conditioning like this? Because I just don't have any exposure to that.
J. Kidd has picked his spots over the year to kind of prod Luka publicly, I would say. And really the same thing with the ranting at the refs and, becoming distracted by that. Luka's flaws are as obvious as his talent. And Luka's conditioning has been a concern throughout his career. Going back to even his rookie year. I mean, halfway through his rookie year, Doc Rivers kind of made an offhanded comment of, hey, if this guy ever gets in shape, look out. And if you look at Luka's rookie year versus now, man, he was lean back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, there have definitely been times throughout his career where his conditioning has been a major concern. Luka's diet, his commitment to – and I'm not – to say Luka doesn't have work ethic, you don't develop the skills that he has without working on your game. Well, Luka doesn't like to do he doesn't like to be on the treadmill. He doesn't, it's that kind of stuff. I don't think it's fair to say the guy lacks work ethic. But look, does he like to eat steak and potatoes and throw back some brews? Yeah, he absolutely does.
I mean, what red-blooded man doesn't?
Yeah. Now, the problem is he also has a frame that will swell up quickly.
Yeah.
And again, this year he was in the high 260s. It's not the first time in his career. His ideal playing weight's probably about 245. I mean, part of the reason he's so dominant is because he is a brute.
Dudes bounce off him. Yeah.
But when he's been in relatively good shape in recent years, he's 250, 255, and we'll see. Maybe this is the slap in the face that gets him to kind of embrace that year-round commitment that obviously a guy like LeBron's had. But you know what? The idea, he's going to see LeBron. He'll see how you do it. Well, Kyrie Irving takes care of his body. Dirk Nowitzki, was kind of the epitome of discipline and commitment.
Except in the owner's eyes.
Oh, my goodness.
When he didn't mention him and mentioned Shaq.
Mentioned Shaq, who made a show of showing up, way overweight every game.
I mean, literally had the quote when he got hurt here, before getting traded that, I rehab on company time.
Exactly. I don't know that Patrick Dumont has exposed himself as having a whole lot of basketball knowledge over the last month.
Yeah.
I'll just put it like that.
So do you think that Luka could look at this opportunity and go, hey, truth is I was the star of this team. They drafted me. I was a young kid. I've already led them to the finals. Fact is, if he's being honest about himself, could he say, maybe I got a little lazy? Like maybe my game is so good that I can dominate even when I'm not in tip-top shape, and that this is a whole new, brand new environment where it's like, hey, what you did then is what you did then. We don't look at you that way. Could this be the moment that he does take it to the next level, his conditioning and his training?
It could be, but there have been multiple times over the years where Luka has admitted, I got to do better with this. Just like the referee stuff. Again, those are his two major flaws: are the, diet, conditioning, discipline stuff, whatever you want to call it, and the fact that a lot of times he's more worried about the 3 guys in gray shirts than the 5 guys wearing the opponent's jersey. And he has acknowledged these flaws on multiple occasions over the years, and he tends to kind of revert back to it. Now, for 6 years in Dallas, Luka got his butt kissed, and he was the most powerful person in the organization until, after getting your butt kissed, they reached a little further up and just put a shank in his back. So the circumstances are completely different, and it's very obvious the guy was not only hurt by the way that he was very publicly dumped and kind of shamed on his way out the door, but embarrassed by it. He humiliated even, I think is a fair way to put it.
Insulted for sure.
If this isn't the slap in the face that gets him to really change, and I also want it to be fair. Luka has had summers where you can tell, damn, Luka worked this summer. I remember the summer coming off of the bubble. Because when Luka's working out, you'll know it. Just follow him on Instagram. You'll see it. You'll see it. And there was all kind of workout videos, Instagram pics and all this. And Courtney Lee was a teammate of his at the time. And in the comments, Courtney just put, "Skinny Luka gonna be a problem." So it's not like Luka has never taken this stuff seriously.
Right.
It's just been inconsistent to put it mildly. And again, you can tell when he does, and you can certainly tell when he doesn't.
Our guy Tim McMahon, ESPN NBA reporter, here with us. He literally wrote the book on Luka called The Wonder Boy. Let's talk about that. Can you stick around one more segment?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that on the other side, and let's talk about kind of what the rest of the season could look like for both these teams, Dallas, LA, and the Western Conference kind of in general. All right, stick around. Tim McMahon's going to hang out for one more segment here on 710 ESPN.
Luka put on a show and delivered a triple-double, leading his new team over his former squad.
Luka's three-pointer. Good.
Wow, that's a tough shot.
Luka proved he's ready to dominate in a new chapter.
Luka Dončić's first triple-double as a Laker, and they just keep rolling.
Now the spotlight shifts to tomorrow's matchup as the Lakers gear up to host the Timberwolves. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Enjoy President's Day savings all month long at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. Purchase a brand new 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC for just 2.49% APR for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance Program. Visit us today at Carden Alleyway Hyundai, just off the 91 freeway, or online at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com.
On approved credit, 0 security deposit. 60 payments of $17.74 per $1,000 financed. Expires March 3rd, 2025.
Hey,
it's Mace. Did you know Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text KING to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text KING to 42424. That's KING to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Sedano and Kap on 710.
I'm a cocky son of a like, there's no question about that.
Sedano and Kap continues right now.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire.
Oh, Johnny Cash. Birthday today, Johnny Cash? Posthumously?
What's the story?
Yeah, it is. February 26th. Johnny Cash.
Oh, Johnny Cash being
So
120?
he would have been. He was 71 when he died. 22. So he would have been 93.
Wow.
Yeah.
71 when he died?
No, 90. Yeah, 93.
Born in 1932. I don't know math. I can't math.
Yeah,
Math ain't
93.
mathing.
I need my calculator.
Yeah. There you go. All right, so Tim McMahon's in the house. We're talking Luka with him. We're talking Lakers. We're talking Mavs. Let's talk about the book, The Wonder Boy. So Cappy kind of already alluded to it, and you've talked about this on the podcast because Tim is part of the Hoop Collective with Brian Windhorst and Tim Bontemps as well. They do a phenomenal job. If you don't already subscribe to it, you should do so if you're an NBA fan. All right, so you and I have been talking about this book for years. I remember when you first started writing the book, like I had seen you one summer. You had just come back from like Slovenia. All right, so tell us about kind of the quick version of where you got to before the trade and then everything you've been doing since the trade on the book.
Yeah, so the book is publishing March 25th.
Right.
Trade was made midnight February 2nd.
Right.
Yeah, February 2nd. So there were some copies already printed. Now, the premise of the whole book, right, because I knew Luka wasn't going to be cooperative. Also, it's very early to write just like a biography. I mean, the kid, when I started working, I was like 23 years old.
Right.
So the premise is the pressure on an NBA franchise when you draft a prodigy through the prism of Luka, right, and the Mavericks. And obviously, look, there's been all kinds of drama and dysfunction and missteps and crazy stuff that's happened in Dallas before he got there and during his tenure. I always thought there was a decent possibility that the book would end with Luka being traded.
Right.
Because I didn't think that the Mavericks were going to be able to build a contender around him.
Right.
You know, the Porzingis thing had fallen apart, obviously. They bungled the Brunson situation. Jalen Brunson, the co-star of a Western Conference Finals team, leaves in free agency for nothing. I did not think they were going to be able to scramble and put together a contender around Luka. And then it gets to a point where I never thought Luka would look for reasons to leave, but I thought the reasons might just smack him upside, his head.
Right.
Now.
And by the way, the Kyrie thing didn't work the first year either.
Yeah. Exactly. They tank at the end of that.
Right.
Now, so long story short, the end of the book is, hey, they've managed to, They managed to go on this finals run. He fell short. His warts kind of got exposed in Game 3, but 25 years old, heading into his prime. They've got the co-star. They put the supporting cast around him. Like, they have the most precious commodity in all of sports, stability with the superstar. Luka's ecstatic to be in Dallas. And this year, things went haywire.
Right.
Now, so the trade happens. You get one of those first 8,000 copies, you're going to have to download the final chapter. But there is a final chapter.
Yeah.
And the final chapter, obviously, is plot twist.
Right.
After all this stuff that they've done, and by the way, the Mavericks don't control their picks in 27, 28, 29, and 30.
It's crazy.
And when you talk about the 3 to 4 year time frame, 28, that's a pick swap unprotected with Oklahoma City Thunder, your Red River rival.
Right.
29, well, that was in the Kyrie trade. It's unprotected. The Houston Rockets own that now, one of your in-state rivals.
Right.
30, unprotected swap rights for the Grant Williams sign and trade that are owed to the San Antonio Spurs. So, like, your closest geographic rivals are in position to prey on your downfall. But, no. Things are stable with Luka. You're going to have the superstars through then. No, the Mavericks decided to dump Luka. It's an insane plot twist I never saw coming. Luka getting traded, yeah, I could have seen that because I could have seen the Mavericks failing.
Right.
In their
You thought
attempt to
it
build
would
a
be
contender.
him and his team instigating that part of the equation.
Yeah, and
Right.
again, I never thought that's what he wanted. I just thought he might be in a situation where it's like
LeBron in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, LeBron
Sorry,
in
Lindsay.
Cleveland.
Cleveland! This is for you! Sorry,
There you go. Yeah. But, I mean, this is, people call it the most shocking trade in NBA history for a reason, because it is.
Right.
It's completely unprecedented.
Yeah.
And it's, the Mavericks' reasoning is obviously been reported, been laid out there. It's also about a breakdown in relationships between Luka and the front office. We can play the blame game there. I get into that in this final chapter. I will say the unbiased people that I talk to who have very intimate knowledge of the way things went down, they don't put most of the blame on Luka's lap.
How about that? How long did it take from the time the trade went down till the time you got done writing the final chapter that you weren't anticipating writing? How long did that process take? Because it's only been a month. So how long did it take you to actually write the final chapter?
So the trade, it was less than 2 weeks because,
you got to
move.
Yeah,
we got to go.
Yeah.
We got to go. And you guys might have guessed I was pretty busy with my day job during those 2 weeks.
So.
Now, but look, the thing about it, though, is it's not like I had to do a whole bunch of other reporting because I knew all the stuff that went down. I've been covering this team. I've been covering the story. Obviously, I'm reporting throughout the season, certainly right after the trade happened. So I just kind of frame all this stuff and, put all the pieces together. It wasn't difficult to write, and I certainly can't complain about a lack of compelling content.
Yeah. I'm going to read. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the last chapter
only
first.
Oh,
and then I'm going to go back because here's why I want to ask Tim. So, do you go through the whole story of his upbringing and his childhood and how he gets to the NBA? Because the fact for me is, I don't really know the history. I hear, oh, he was a prodigy. Oh, he was a pro by the time he was 16. Like, I don't know the early part of the story well, and that's something that I'm very curious about.
Yeah, Chapter 2 is definitely about how Luka Dončić emerged as the most accomplished and hype European teen prospect that there's ever been. So, it's like going back to when he was 13 and the guy had a 54-point triple-double in this tournament in Italy,
Playing against other kids his age?
Yeah, playing against his age. But then, going to Real Madrid right after that and dominating men. Yeah, dominating, a couple age groups up. And then, at the age of 16, he's playing for Real Madrid's top team. 17, he is the second-best player behind Goran Dragic.
On the Slovenian national team.
Yeah, on
what kind of
a
money
Eurobasket
is he making
champion.
at that point? I'm just curious because when you think about his head and being young and being rich and having your ass kissed the way you described it in Dallas, like was he making a lot of money early on as a 16-year-old pro in Europe?
He was making good money when he signed as a 13-year-old. They basically signed him for, I forget the exact term, but through his adolescence essentially, and not NBA money but good money. And he had a Nike deal. He was doing all right for himself.
Are you gonna try to find like one of your kids and send them to Europe or something? Somebody
that would be nice. But what I'm trying to understand the mentality. You know what I mean? Like Like, hey, you've been having people tell you how great you are since you're 12 years old. And now you're 13 and you're beating up on guys older. And now you're 16 and you're playing against older guys and you're making money. And now you're representing your country. And before you know it, you're like 19 years old and you're in another country and you're like this celebrated prospect. So by the time you get to 25, you're in control of your own world. And if you want to work out, you work out. But if you don't, I still go out there and dominate people.
Well, and honestly, like all the warts, all the flaws, this stuff wasn't a secret in the draft process. There's a reason 3 teams passed on him.
Right, and by the way, there's a reason every time he goes to those cities, he lets those people know that they passed on him.
Yeah. Exactly. and it's crazy. You think about the teams that passed on him.
Phoenix had Igor Kokoshkov, who was the Slovenian national coach, wasn't he?
Right. He was a Slovenian team national coach.
Yeah.
Loved Luka.
Right.
He'd just been hired, and he was one and done.
That's why everybody thought he was going there.
Yeah.
Right.
And basically, Robert Sarver was like, "Dude, you're a rookie head coach in the NBA. You have no say in this." He was trying to get them to draft Luka and sign Clint Capella, who was a restricted free agent.
Right,
that the
perfect
Rockets
lob
really didn't want
threat.
to pay.
Yeah.
And so that would have been their core would have been Luka, Booker,
right,
and Clint Capella.
Which is
Instead,
interesting how much those two don't necessarily. I mean, they respect each other, but don't love each other.
Oh,
obviously.
they despise each other for a little bit there.
Yeah.
And then, Vlade Divac knew Luka better than anybody.
Right.
A Serbian legend, had known his dad, had even played with his dad some back in the day.
Passed him for Bagley.
Yeah, and there was a couple things there. One, he knew his dad, liked his dad, but also
there was some beef there.
Not beef. Well, beef in the sense of what you eat,
Right.
beef and brews and all. Kind of. His dad in Slovenia is like the Charles Barkley of Slovenia.
Okay.
Right? Big, gregarious personality.
Yeah. Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha.
Yeah.
Was a very good player in the Adriatic League. And if you ask people around there, it's like, he maybe didn't reach his full potential because the guy likes to, he's a big jolly fellow.
Yeah.
Likes to have a good time.
Right.
So certainly there were a lot of questions and about Luka, like the discipline, the work ethic. Hey, if he gets NBA riches, is he just going to be, fat and happy? That sort of a thing. They had De'Aaron Fox. He didn't want to take the ball out of Fox's hands, which, I don't know. Luka's pretty damn good. And he just didn't think Luka was that good.
Amazing.
Vlade.
Yeah, Vlade.
Yeah.
And he just didn't think Luka was that good. And then the Hawks they would have drafted Luka, but, they didn't have him head and shoulders above Trae Young.
Right.
And when they could get another lottery pick out of the Mavericks in next year's pick, they said, okay, that's worth it. Most executives, scouts, talent evaluators in the NBA did not think Luka could play point guard in the league. Didn't think he was athletic enough. Didn't think he could be the primary ball handler. One team who had a top 5 pick, one of their executives, the comp he gave me was he's going to be a nice playmaking forward, like a Hito Turkoglu type of guy.
Oy.
Very good pro. Luka as a rookie was better than Hito Turkoglu ever was in his entire life.
Right. Yeah.
So he was, despite the fact this guy won everything you could win in Europe. Starred for a Eurobasket champion, won EuroLeague title, was a EuroLeague MVP, EuroLeague Final Four MVP, all that stuff. He was the best European team prospect there ever was, and he was one of the most misevaluated elite prospects in recent NBA history.
That's wild. Real quick, before we let you go, and thanks for the time, and again, Wonder Boys, the book, you find it basically anywhere you get books, right? These days, Amazon,
anywhere
wherever.
you get books.
Yeah.
So you tell me a bunch of people already
Noble.
bought the book, and now they got to get the email. They got to download the last chapter.
Yeah, got to get a PDF file.
Thousands of people already bought this book.
Hey, ain't technology great, though?
Unbelievable.
You can get that last chapter. All right, Western Conference. How do you feel like the Lakers and the Mavs, as we look at them and what we project them to be kind of moving forward here? Can the Mavs hang on, stay in the playoff race or the play-in race?
Have you seen the Phoenix Suns lately?
I mean, they're not good. Yeah, they're giving up 150 points, so I guess there is that. But what is your kind of thoughts on those two teams kind of moving forward here as we get towards the stretch run?
Start with the Mavs. It's pretty simple. Yes, they're going to have to fight their way in via the play-in. The hope is that they're going to have Anthony Davis and Derek Lively II back for 2-3 weeks at the end of the regular season. Kind of have to microwave some chemistry there, but the vision of the biggest, most athletic front court in the NBA, with Kyrie as a playmaker. Will they be a dangerous play-in team? Yes, but that's an awfully tough path to a Western Conference title. And it's asking a lot. Hey, AD, you're going to end up playing, I don't know, call it 10 or 12 games for the Mavericks. Be a co-star on a conference championship team. That's pretty optimistic. I think their biggest hope is to get healthy, stay healthy next year, and really be able to put the pieces together. The Lakers, look, I think the Lakers are one piece away.
Right.
And, there's a reason why all the stuff that Nico Harrison let Rob Pelinka keep in his pocket, that they threw Charlotte's way until they said, oh, no, we're taking that back. They need that rim-running big man that Luka will absolutely maximize. Rim running, rim protecting, run the floor, rebound. They get that type of big, which I think will happen this summer. They are going to be awfully dangerous. As of now, you've got to at least respect what they've been able to do defensively recently and the star power that they have. They've got two of the top, we can debate where LeBron ranks, top 6, top 8 players in the league.
Right.
So no one's going to be eager to match up with them in the playoffs, but Oklahoma City and Denver are the two. I think those would be the two teams in the conference finals.
Yeah, and look, you can convince me of 6 or 7 team combinations that could end up in the Western Conference Finals, the way the West is kind of stacked up, and depending on what could happen moving forward. Tim McMahon, first of all, get the book, Wonder Boy.
I'm getting the book, but I want the full book. I don't want the book and then the email. I want the full book.
All right. Wonder Boy, get the book, okay, wherever you get books, Amazon, wherever. And then the podcast with Brian Windhorst and Tim Bontemps, which is the Hoop Collective. Subscribe to that. And check out his work basically everywhere on the family of networks here on ESPN.
Oh, you like that. The family.
Yeah.
Good Disney man.
There you go.
He is a very good company man. Very good company man.
He absolutely is.
All right, Tim, thanks for stopping by, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you having me.
There he is. Get the book, Wonder Boy. All right, we got Radio Tinder next.
Mason and Ireland.
If I'm playing with a golf ball and I get a double bogey on a hole, that ball goes away.
Really?
Yeah, it's the ball's fault. Can't be my fault.
Got to be the ball.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergatt.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And it is Sedano Kap. Around 5:30 p.m. in the Southland Radio Tinder time, we like to play a TV theme. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Oh, Michael Bolton.
What's the deal here?
By the way, I got a good tease for you. A lot of sig notes today I asked for in regards to Luka and the Lakers in the Western Conference, and even Mookie Betts and Matthew Stafford. How about that?
Sig notes.
I saw Tim Bontemps, who was, also on the podcast, The Hoop Collective, with McMahon, ask for a bunch of sig notes after last night's game.
Yeah, I've got here. I'm going to give you a little tease, quick tease before we get to Radio Tinder. I've got ESPN Analytics percentage. Each Western Conference team in the top 9 make the Western Conference final, reach the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got Luka and his defense, Austin Reeves and his defense, Lakers overall defense, Jokic versus the Lakers, OKC and their perceived weakness. Then I've got Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers numbers comparatively in certain situations, and then Mookie Betts. Little Mookie Betts fielding stuff.
Real quick, these sig
all
notes,
coming up today.
The sig notes, are these the Slack channel with ESPN? Is that what we're talking about here?
Well, you could get them from the Slack channel. I don't believe the Slack channel exists in the same form it did previously.
No,
though.
it does. You just have to be super secret. You got to use it. Basically, if you don't use it, they kick you out and you don't get access to it.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to set it up.
You won't be able to, Cap.
No chance.
Yeah. You basically have to justify to them why you need the Slack channel, and then they'll decide. I was booted out of it when they took it down, but now I'm back in.
Yeah.
Because I use it every day.
Right. I use it all the time too, especially at games. So anyway, so Radio Tinder. Go ahead, Linz.
All right, guys. So Justin Timberlake's latest concert in St. Paul, Minnesota, left a lot of his fans disappointed. Instead of a nostalgic set packed with his biggest hits, Timberlake instead insisted on performing tracks from his latest album, Everything I Thought It Was, which was a huge commercial flop. And I will admit I had no idea that he really even had a new album or what it was called. But anyway, he sang 11 songs from the new album with audience members visibly disengaged. And at one point, he tried to encourage the crowd to sing along, we're oh, finish my line, put my mic out there. And it was just super awkward silence. Some people were even booing him. So
wow.
Yeah, nobody knew the lyrics to any of his new songs. So when you go to a concert, do you only want to hear the performer's hits? Swipe left or swipe right? Cappy, you go first.
I'm going to swipe right. I told you guys I was at the Eagles on Saturday night at the Sphere. Every word to every song. And I loved it. When I saw U2 at the Sphere, every word to about 45% of the songs.
Really?
Maybe 50%
No
of the
way.
songs. Yeah.
No.
More or less.
I would say way more than that when I was there.
For me, I just was 50%.
When was the last time you listened to a U2 song?
It had been a while. I had never seen U2 before in concert.
Oh, really?
No, never. Now, when I go to a Pearl Jam concert, okay, all I want is for Ed to sing for me
Alive?
all of my favorites.
Yeah.
Alive is one. Jeremy's another. Black is really the one that's religious for me.
Jeremy spoke in class today. I don't know if
Yes,
you know.
he did. Oh, no, I know.
Yeah.
My point is this. When I go to see Pearl Jam and they don't play my songs,
Right, you get very upset.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm swiping right,
Now,
sing the songs I know.
I love Depeche Mode, as you know. They generally do their new stuff early in their concerts, Lindsay. So that first 30 minutes, 40 minutes, they'll weave in most of their whatever new album they're promoting. They'll do 2 or 3 songs. And then after that, the next 2 hours, it's just everything you know. So, I'm fine with that. Hey, man, you want to promote your new music?
But
I get
11 songs, I feel like that's excessive.
That's a
'cause
lot.
I get what you mean. If it's called the blank tour and it's not and you're not specifically promoting your new album, which, again, it was a flop and he knew it. So right off the jump, he should have been read the room, dude. These people don't care about this music because nobody's buying it.
But, Lindsay, you know what? It's possible then instead of reading the room and going, okay, hey, everybody stop. We're going to go into the stuff that everybody knows that everybody can dance to. The band may not have been prepared.
Right. That's fair. That is
no,
fair.
I mean, like, he's been touring for a while.
Right. And I'm saying that has he been playing all these new songs, or has he been playing all of his old
Yes.
songs?
Yeah, and in some places it might have worked, though.
Well, basically it hasn't really worked.
Oh.
And this is just like, there's like a spotlight on this recent one because there's like a video of like the crowd just being like WTF that went viral. So.
By the way, speaking of reading the room, Greg Bergman has entered the room. I have suggested we get a Bergman button around here, particularly for Mason and Ireland.
Right.
I don't know. We need to talk to the engineering staff. But Bergman, I know Tim McMahon was on the Mason and Ireland show yesterday, and he was on with us today. Who did the better interview? I'm going to make him uncomfortable.
He's not
going to answer the question.
No, of course not.
But I just want to see him like kind of squirm a little bit and be like, oh, come on.
He says no
Why
comment.
are you asking me that question?
No comment.
Oh, there it is.
Let me ask-
This young man, this kid, he's learned.
But let me ask this
He's
question.
learned how to be an executive. No comment is exactly the phrase he should have done. I was testing you. You did a great job. Go get that Bergman button in there for him.
Who booked Tim McMahon on Mason and Ireland?
Oh, was it you? It was him.
Okay, now we didn't.
Well, actually, do you want to know the truth? Tim McMahon texted me like a few weeks ago and said, hey, can you connect me, give me everybody's information at ESPN LA? And I gave him everyone's email info, including yours.
Yeah, they had like the.
Did he connect with you first?
They had the company sent out like a bunch of, sent out.
Because I can show you the
emails.
text.
Yeah, sure. He might have. So there was one day, Mason the other day asked me, hey, can you get me an advanced copy to his book?
Right.
And said, and then Ramona was coming in the next day. I said, I'll talk to Ramona.
Yeah.
Ramona put me, Tim, and her on a group text.
Right.
And we set it up from there.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, because he had texted me a while back, and I gave him everybody's info.
The reason I asked,
including Lindsay's and yours and
the reason I asked
Emily.
is because apparently he said to Lindsay after doing Mason and Ireland, he was like, "Hey, can I do Sedano and Kap next?"
Yeah.
So like he actually requested to come on Sedano and Kap.
Yeah, after he did this, I walked him down to Lindsay to get it all with you guys, and you guys got it set up.
Oh.
Yes?
Oh, I thought he actually went and found her and said, "Hey, I really want to be on Sedano and Kap."
I think that's what
I
you
mean,
want
his.
to happen.
I will say,
I mean,
Cappy.
you've become a legend, Cappy, in the NBA community, so they want to be around. They want to be on.
Clearly.
Not
like
about me anymore.
Like I told Greg, I had 3 separate emails from different, like ESPN, I believe it was like PR, his publishing company, and then another like agency that all like over the course of the past like 2 months send out emails saying like, hey, here's Tim McMahon's book coming out.
Yes.
Like what? So I mean, I think they probably targeted this show specifically because you're on it.
Yes, because Cappy.
They
Yes,
wanted
of
you.
course.
They
Yeah,
knew
of
that
course.
Cappy's on the
Well,
show,
they
and
know-
also
Well,
they
'cause you would be
targeted
more
Emily too.
You would be more provocative.
Well,
Yes.
that, and also I would ask questions about things that I would have like zero knowledge about.
Right.
So, and that's probably the vast majority of the audience.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, give him to Cappy because Cappy will ask all those questions that nobody even knows the answers to.
Right.
So that'll give Tim a chance to really show off his act.
Right.
Yeah, he can.
His act.
His act.
He goes
You make it
very
sound like
in-depth.
he's like a comedian at in the Catskills or
Right.
something. Anyway,
You're the best.
he
Well,
was.
I'll tell you.
You liked him though.
I love the guy. This kid right here, by the way, Bergman. Let me say something about Bergman.
Say something.
boy.
Last night,
Does DeAndre have a radio Tinder, by the way?
Radio Tinder's over.
why?
Damn.
Because you just talk about everything else but Radio Tinder, so it's over.
Wait, but does DeAndre have one?
No, you guys, it's too late.
Did
It's
you
like-
have one?
I mean, it's
I did not.
okay.
Yeah, we
for
did.
if he
Well, you
had
know,
one,
I mean,
he
listen,
could do it. You know,
it's loose.
I know. I'm just saying.
It's a loose format today.
Last night in the suite, there was
Yes.
a lot of talk about Bergman.
Really?
A lot of talk.
I was only in for a very short amount of time, so I,
think
don't know.
I have been very much praising Bergman, both
have.
publicly,
I appreciate
privately.
it all.
So was
Too
everybody.
much.
Yeah.
Everybody
Too
was
much.
in there last night going, I'll tell you, man, Bergie stepped up big time.
He did.
He has stepped up.
They dropped.
Yeah. They did drop. They were nice and tight, and then all of a sudden, boom, they just dropped. He reached
Hey,
producer
it was
puberty.
bound to happen at some point, right?
It is called producer puberty, and you have reached it. Right. Boom, they just dropped.
Is
Yeah,
that how?
I'm going to get you some new Skims.
There you go.
Oh yeah, hey,
they're
super
super
for that.
supportive.
I love
There
it.
you go.
I love
Nice
it.
and
Let's make it
supportive.
happen. Let's make it happen, Cappy.
So go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Just
though.
saying, everybody was so impressed with
Yeah.
the job. I mean, listen, Chris has been gone.
Yeah.
And
He almost died.
right, and
Came
Greg,
back from the dead.
Greg has had to step up
He
his game.
came back from the dead.
love
Fill
that
in
drop.
for Chris, and so you've done a great job. You really have, and everybody
He
has
has.
noticed.
Thank you.
Everybody has
I
noticed
appreciate it. It's been everybody's been stepping up and helping out a ton, and also like Mario has been amazing.
Mario has been great.
Has been with what he's doing. LAFC and all of the rejoins that are now coming in.
Is Mario still here?
Yeah,
'Cause
he's
I
still
feel
here. I saw him earlier,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have him swing by because
LAFC playing again? Well, they just played the CONCACAF.
They played
They did.
Yesterday,
the
yeah.
CONCACAF.
Yeah.
Yesterday they played and won.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
They may play Lionel Messi next.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. That would be huge.
In the CONCACAF?
Oh,
In the
Cappy's going to want to
CONCACAF.
go to that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
All of a sudden,
absolutely.
Cappy's like, I'm in for LAFC.
Messi?
Messi's going to be in town?
BMO is beautiful.
Now, would they
I love
play
BMO.
here?
Yeah, they would be home and home.
Oh, wow. Look.
Hey, so we should go to Miami.
No.
See, I've been telling you we should go to
Absolutely
Miami.
not.
Yes.
You were just in Vegas.
Yeah.
You were just in New Orleans.
I'm not going anywhere. Listen,
Yeah, I
at
need
this
to
time of
go.
year,
San
I'm not going
Diego,
anywhere else. I'm not getting on a plane unless I need to.
Yeah, I need to rest also.
Yeah.
I can't be flying
But
around.
you totally are going to want to be at the Messi game.
Sure, absolutely. I've never seen Messi play in person. I'd be
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah.
I went to
Especially
it 2
inside
years
BMO.
ago.
I mean, 22,000
Oh,
people.
yeah. And Travis should want to go because he does fake Messi.
Yeah, the great Messi voice.
Yeah.
Ma.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So there you go, Cappy. We can go to LAFC.
I would love to.
LAFC to see Lionel Messi.
Yeah, it's a great little stadium. Tell you what,
It's
man,
beautiful.
It is a great
I think
place
it's the
to see
best
a game.
venue in LA. Sports venue.
It is beautiful. There's good seat, and every seat is a good seat.
I've sat everywhere.
And in the special area, like the one that, like the founders room, they have good food. They have
Good weed.
They have a bunch of the seats are so comfortable.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great
It's the
seat
best
everywhere.
sports venue
Oh, no,
in
the
LA.
weed
It's
is
very
down
well
in the
done.
other area.
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no stopping it.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
You bring weed?
You should be the
Not me.
Falconer, Cappy.
I would love to. They've invited me, and I haven't had a chance to do it. I would love to.
Mason did it.
I know. Mason also rode the Zamboni the other day. I'd like to do
you
that.
should have
He rode
done
the
it too.
Zamboni?
Yeah, he rode the Zamboni.
Oh,
on
he beat
Sunday.
you to it.
Well, I don't want to ride the
You
Zamboni.
want it to be the cleaning crew.
I want to skate on the ice in between the Kings game and a timeout. I want to scrape the ice with the shovels. I want to be one of the Kings girls.
You were supposed to go down when they had the rink outside.
Yeah,
you were
they wanted
supposed
to
to
scout me.
test.
They wanted to scout me.
scout and see if you can actually skate.
You can
why don't-
skate.
Go
Why
out
don't
there.
they just let me go on before a game, like a couple hours before a game, test my skills?
Let's do this. Are you up here in North?
Yeah.
In next Tuesday.
I think so.
Okay. Then come on to the Luke Robitaille show at 1:15 with Mason and Ireland.
There you go.
I'm a big fan of the Luke Robitaille show, by the
Yeah,
way.
he's great.
I loved him in NHL 94 in Sega.
Oh, you
NHL
did, huh?
94 was the best game.
Yeah.
The best
was
hockey game
unbelievable.
or even sports game.
Yeah, it's in the conversation. That and Ken
100%.
Griffey Jr. baseball from back in those
Yeah.
days, too.
Old school.
Yeah. Bases loaded. Yeah.
Bases loaded was great.
Hey, Greg, you got anything else for us? We're way over the break.
No,
We
you guys
just
can go.
destroyed
I actually
the
need to
format.
talk to you
And we
in the break.
killed Radio
so.
Tinder.
Oh, yeah, Radio Tinder. And by the way, this segment brought to us by our friends at Tequila Mandala, award-winning artisanal small batch premium sippy tequila, founded by a couple of guys just like you. One from Jalisco, Mexico, the other one born and raised in SoCal, down in Downey, with a vision to create a sipping tequila meant for sharing with friends and loved ones. You've heard us talk about it. You've seen us post about it. Those beautiful hand-painted round ceramic bottles, a conversation starter indeed. But have you tried the nectar of the gods inside those bottles yet? What are you waiting for? You haven't tried Tequila Mandala yet? Well, try their Blanco, the Reposado, the Añejo, the Extra Añejo. Elevate your tequila game today and make sure Tequila Mandala is with you at your next occasion. Holiday party, anniversary, birthday, carne asada. Celebrate with Tequila Mandala today and follow their journey on their social channels at Tequila Mandala, available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, to find a store or restaurant nearest you. Tequila Mandala, demand the extraordinary.
The LA Kings continue to be the best home team in the NHL and mounted a third-period comeback Monday to beat rival Vegas.
Moore, left wing, Moore shoots, scores! Trevor Moore with a snipe from the near circle. Kings taken away. Byfield steps to the middle. Can't shoot yet. Backhander in front. Score! Fogle! What a goal! Byfield to Fogle. He deep to the backhand and flicked it into the empty net. And with 11:29 to play in the third, it's 3-2 LA. Throws it back in deep again. Maybe keep away by the Kings here late. Now left circle, Fiala in front. Backhand. Score! What a goal! Kevin Fiala. And the Kings lead by 3 late in the third period. A 4-goal frame here in Los Angeles. A barrage here in the final 20.
Tonight, the Kings return to action at home at Crypto.com Arena to meet another Pacific Division opponent, the Vancouver Canucks. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 7 p.m. Pacific on the all-new ESPN LA app.
If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
It's the LA Afternoon Takeover on 710 ESPN.
Man, I hate when my brain is right and my heart is wrong.
It was so close to having your brain wrong and your heart right, too.
Oh, it would have been so much fun if that were the case.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
All right, Sedano and Kap, short segment here because, I don't know, we destroyed the clock. Whatever. What's new?
What is new?
Yeah. You know what's new?
Tell me.
Is that Tom Brady, your boyfriend, was canoodling with Matthew Stafford in Montana. They went skiing together, those two.
So now, of course, there's a whole conspiracy theory out there that if Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford are skiing together, obviously Tom Brady is trying to put the recruiting job on
Well, that's
him.
what the reporting says.
Okay, but let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is it me or is it odd that Matthew Stafford always seems to be vacationing where he might
McVay was in
eventually-
Mexico with him.
Where he may eventually go. He's like, wait, Sean McVay's going to be in Cabo. Good. We're going to go vacation in Cabo. Hopefully I run into him. What? Tom Brady's in Montana? We're going to go to Montana and go skiing. Is it weird that Stafford is always in the same place?
Maybe Mrs. Stafford has the itinerary of
we know who the boss is
Sean
there.
McVay and the Rams and the Raiders contingent and Tom Brady.
So I guess Pete Carroll was at the scouting combine, and he did a press conference. And one of the reporters said to Pete, why would you take this Raiders job? And Pete's answer was 2 words, Tom Brady. And Pete tells everybody that Tom Brady is like deeply embedded in the organization and in the decision making, and that Pete wants to work with Tom, and Pete is super impressed with Tom. And Tom is probably like, so he's wired this way that he wants to be great at everything he does. I don't know that Derek Jeter ever really thought to himself, I want to be a great baseball executive. And he played baseball executive for a couple of years and was like, this sucks.
It was not easy.
Yeah,
He didn't do very well.
I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
This is harder than I thought. This sucks. But Tom Brady seems to, at least what I've seen, seems to want to be great.
Well,
at
listen,
this.
they got the 6th pick. If they want to give the Rams the 6th pick, I'm sure the Rams would be happy with that.
Well, if I were the Raiders, I would be happy with it too for this reason.
You need somebody to compete in that division.
Well, look.
You got Mahomes, you got Herbert, you got this kid Bo Nix now is pretty good.
Right, and now that you have a legitimate coach, now you can go out and get a legitimate quarterback. If the Raiders don't believe that they can get one of the top 2 quarterbacks, because that seems to be what this quarterback draft class is about. It's only about 2 guys, Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. If you're the Raiders and you're like, well, both of those guys are going to be gone, so we still need a legitimate starting quarterback. Well, Pete's got a 3-year contract. We need somebody that can play for the next 2-3 years. So what about Matthew Stafford? And by the way, at the 6th pick, we're not getting one of the top 2 quarterbacks. So
no, unless somebody falls, right?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make the move.
So here's some interesting numbers that I asked for SIG, or from SIG.
Okay, what does SIG stand for?
Sports Information Group.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what does DHO stand for? You remember?
Deoxyribonucleic oxygen.
Dribble handoff, bro.
I knew that.
I thought it was Stats and Information Group.
It is Stats and Information Group.
Come on,
yes,
George.
you are right. I'm
Do
thinking.
better.
I combine that with
With like the college?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do better, man.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. I've been around the college football game too long.
Come on.
Yeah. So I asked them for some numbers of Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers because there's a report today as well, right, Linz, about Aaron Rodgers. His preferred destination apparently is going to be the Rams if he can get there, and he'd love to do it as like some sort of package deal with Devontae Adams, which now makes sense because remember there was the Devontae Adams Chargers Rams smoke earlier. So anyway, now that doesn't mean anything because I still think Stafford could end up back with the Rams, but here's some numbers. So I have numbers for both guys when they have a clean pocket, when they're pressured, and when they're outside the pocket. I thought those three categories kind of encompass the majority of what guys do from the quarterback position. Is that fair?
So you're going to compare Stafford to Rodgers.
Correct.
On those three categories.
Right.
Okay.
Last season.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. So, clean pocket.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford, 72% completion percentage, 7.9 yards per attempt, which is pretty good, right? 17 TDs, 4 interceptions in those scenarios. It's good. Aaron Rodgers, not as good, but still fine. 68% clean pocket, 6.9% yards per attempt, 21 touchdowns, but 10 interceptions.
By the way, I think he only had 13 interceptions combined on the entire season. So, okay, most of those came in that clean pocket.
In a situation where he just made a bad throw.
Or a receiver ran a bad route.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Hard to know for sure. Just looking at numbers on paper.
Right. So then I got pressured, okay? Blitz coming, guys in his face, trying to drag him down. Matthew Stafford, 45%, which is fairly normal in that situation.
Okay.
7.4 yards per attempt, which is very good still. So he when he does get it off, it's good. 3 touchdowns, 4 picks though. Okay. Aaron Rodgers, 44%, so fairly close. Not great on the yards per attempt, 5.6, which is more average. Stafford's was well above average. But Aaron Rodgers, 7 touchdowns, only 1 pick when pressured.
Okay, interesting.
Then outside the pocket, okay, this is where there's a huge disparity, okay? Matthew Stafford, outside the pocket, 66%, very good. 8.6, okay? I'm sorry, no, 6.6 yards per attempt, 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, only 51% completion percentage, so not great there, but good on the other numbers, 6.4 yards per attempt, 7 touchdowns, no picks. So they're close enough, but Rodgers clearly, in my opinion, not as good as Stafford at this stage.
Well, not as good statistically.
Yeah.
But the fact is that.
And he's also several years older.
Right. Rodgers played on a bad team and was 1 year removed from an Achilles injury.
Right.
And Stafford played on a good team and was fully healthy. I mean, don't get me wrong.
They weren't good at the beginning of the year.
Oh, no. Well, they were all beat up.
Right.
But the difference in all of those numbers are based on the entire season, not based on the first 4 games. If you go back and you look at Aaron Rodgers' full stats of the year, passing yards, touchdowns,
So real quick,
interceptions.
One more number to throw your way.
Yeah.
24% of Stafford's throws came under pressure, 76 came with a clean pocket, and only 14% outside the pocket. 20% of Rodgers' throws came under pressure, 80% clean pocket, 14% as well outside the pocket.
A lot of numbers, okay? But here's the thing.
I mean, it's not that many numbers.
Go look at Rodgers' year.
Yeah.
And I think you'll be surprised. I think a lot of people will be surprised. Aaron Rodgers threw for
listen, I know the numbers looked better at the end. It wasn't great.
No, but he also played on a really bad team that was going through massive turmoil all season long.
Right, but Matthew Stafford also played on a team that was going through all sorts of turmoil from an injury perspective.
Yes, that's
and,
fair. But,
and kept them afloat.
But they have the consistency of the head coach, and he's not going anywhere. Okay. And with the Jets, they had
Aaron
a big
got
mess.
the other guy fired.
100%. But listen, all I'm saying to you is this, is that when the season is over and you look at numbers, if you look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers, I think they would be surprising to a lot of people. You'd be like, wow, passed for almost 4,000 yards, had I want to say 24 touchdowns total. I want to say 13 interceptions or something in that neighborhood total. And he played on a team that won 4 games. So they were really bad, and his numbers were better than you might have expected. So I would say this, Aaron Rodgers is still going to be able to play. Now, where? Could he play? If Stafford leaves and goes to the Raiders, could Aaron Rodgers really take a quote-unquote hometown discount to play for the Rams? I actually think he would do it. I think he wants to rehab his career, and I think that he wants to play for a great organization.
Well,
he
doesn't want it to end in a disaster with the Jets also saying, nah, we don't want his ass.
I would not want that either.
Yeah. So we'll see how it all breaks down. But
while you talk, hold on. I'm going to take my headphones off. I'm a little warm right now. Hold on a second, George. Hold on. I'm a little warm right now.
What are you doing?
Raiders!
Oh, Jesus.
Raiders!
So you have an official Raider Nation t-shirt.
I have joined the Raider Nation. Once Pete Carroll joined it, I joined it. And let me tell you something right now.
Raider Cap.
If the Rams don't want Matthew Stafford, we will take Matthew Stafford. You feel me?
Raider Cap. All right,
Raider Cap is in the house. You feel me, Raider Ruben?
Yeah. Raider Ruben's going to want a shout-out. You just gave him one.
I did.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Cappy. I like the move. I figured you were up to something when you said you were warm, because it's freezing in here. Number one. Let's start with that. But anyway, real quick, coming up next, our 30 minutes commercial free coming up. We're going to get back to the Lakers. I want to get into the playoff seeding. I've got some more numbers, Cappy. I know you love that, about where the Lakers and every team in the Western Conference that's in the mix right now, what percentage they have of reaching the NBA Finals. You may be surprised where the Lakers are. So we'll get to that. But first, tell us about your friends at Real Father's Rights.
Yeah, Real Father's Rights. Listen, guys, if you are in a child custody situation, okay, child custody, maybe child support, let's say you're going through a divorce, if there's a domestic violence issue in your life, a restraining order, which can be a complete pain in the ass, I'm here to tell you that Real Father's Rights can help. That's Mark Real. He's the guy behind Real Father's Rights. Let's get real with Mark Real and Real Father's Rights. If the legal system, which often favors very unfairly the mom in any sort of custody dispute, that's where Real Father's Rights can help, because dads should be part of their kids' lives. Dads need to be part of their kids' lives, and those kids need those dads to be part of their lives. Real Father's Rights, the Father's Rights attorneys helping dads navigate family court. We can help you in L.A., OC, the Inland Empire, San Diego, and here's how you get a hold of us. 833-ESPN-710, that's our phone number just for us. 833-ESPN-710, our website, RFR, Real Father's Rights, RFR710.com. You got problems with child custody, child support, divorce, domestic violence, or restraining orders? Let's get real with Real Father's Rights.
I showed up at the hospital and was told I couldn't see my children. Then I showed up in court and was told they may not be mine. Then I was accused of anything and everything. Sexual assault, domestic violence, substance abuse. You name it, I heard it. I was forced to go long periods of time without seeing my children. That experience of being wrongfully treated ignited something in me. I can look at a father and honestly tell him, I know how he is feeling. I've been there. At Real Father's Rights, we care about your family, your livelihood, and your future.
League Finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. One ticket, two matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
ESPN LA and BBGO are going on a quest for the Lakers GOAT. No, not the GOAT. The GOAT. The greatest Lakers fan of all time. Think it's you? Upload your pic or video to Facebook, Instagram, X, or TikTok, and tell us your favorite Lakers memory. Use hashtag LakersGoFoat, GFOAT, and hashtag promotion, and follow at ESPN Los Angeles. The Lakers GOAT is going to be rewarded with courtside seats, a VIP private tour of the Lakers UCLA Health Training Center, a year's supply of BBGO, and more. The Lakers GOAT. Is it you?
Luka put on a show and delivered a triple-double, leading his new team over his former squad.
Luka's three-pointer. Good. Wow, that's a tough shot.
Luka proved he's ready to dominate in a new chapter.
Luka Dončić's first triple-double as a Laker, and they just keep rolling.
Now the spotlight shifts to tomorrow's matchup as the Lakers gear up to host the Timberwolves. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California.
It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing. Thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit RFR710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it. 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of nonstop Sedano and Kap starts now.
You ready for this?
And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack.
Bee-ba-da-bop. Do-da-da-bop. Boo-ba-da-bop. Go be the Lakers. Go can win courtside seats.
Yeah.
Years worth supply of BB Go. Brought to you by the Lakers. BB Go and ESPN LA. Go to LakersGoFote.com for more information. LakersGFOAT.com.
Wow. Nice.
Got it in. We have one more to go of the Gafote conversation.
I have been welcomed with open arms
by the Raider Nation.
Raider
They
Nation.
love you. Listen, they'll take anybody.
Well,
I mean, let's be honest.
I mean, they'll take Aaron Rodgers probably, right?
Well, I want to say something. All right, just let me profess my feelings.
Listen, I love it because the more you and I can be diametrically opposed,
right,
is even better. And this is happening naturally and organically.
Right.
I mean, we've already had the Chargers thing last year.
Yeah.
Which I came out smelling like a rose.
Not really.
What do you mean?
Terrible. They're terrible.
I came out smelling like a rose. And then you're telling me the Raiders?
It's my team.
I mean, this thing is a train wreck.
Well, you see, here's the thing about me, okay?
And I think at Stafford, I'd feel better about it.
Here, I just want to say one thing. Here's my feelings.
Yeah.
I openly admit that I'm a homer, okay?
Yeah.
I support the LA teams, the Raiders and the Rams.
So stupid.
Okay? There are two NFL football teams that call Los Angeles home.
We should do, before we get to
Rams and Raiders.
Before we do some basketball here, because there's a lot of good basketball stuff to get into in this 30 minutes commercial free. So we're going to go to 35 because we started late, of course, as always. But we should do a camp tour. Sedano and Kap camp tour.
Rams camp, Raiders camp, Cowboys camp, Saints camp was here last year down in
USC.
Was it USC or was it?
No,
at,
I'm saying we could do USC,
football?
UCLA.
I think the Saints, was it Irvine?
Was that Irvine?
Yeah.
Yeah, they took over where the Rams used to be.
And the Chargers.
Can't do that.
What do you mean you can't?
I won't be allowed.
He's not welcome.
Dude, 6
He's
camps.
banned.
We can do it.
They won't allow me.
That's not true.
That is true.
Even now?
The Chargers will not allow me.
I bet you right now they would.
I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal.
Yeah.
I'll make you a deal.
Yeah.
And I hope that everybody who follows the Chargers.
Now, look, the other station may not allow us to do it, to be honest with you, because they have the Chargers.
All right, but I'll just say this. If the Chargers would allow me to show up for training camp, I would do it.
Yeah.
Because let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
I ain't scared. It's kind of like...
You ain't scared?
Not scared, not one bit.
Yeah.
Okay? For reals.
We'd have to take DeAndre with us?
I mean, like Joe Alt wants some of this. Come get it, big boy. You know what I'm saying? When I say come get it, I mean like DeAndre's in front of me, and then you can get past him.
But I think it would be
come get to
fun
me.
if we could do a Sedano and Kap camp tour.
I love this idea.
That'd be dope.
I love it. And listen, even if we just did...
I think we do it in just 1 week.
Because the Raiders, though, last year, the Raiders did their training camp where? Because remember, it was closed.
Yeah.
For a while. Where they did it somewhere. I don't remember. Anybody remember where the Raiders had training camp?
I don't remember.
Somebody will get it for us.
Oh, it was in Costa Mesa.
Yes, because the Chargers, where did they go?
They moved somewhere else.
Oh, they moved to their new facility.
Yeah, they
that's
got
right.
the new
that's
one.
Right. That's right. So I think that if we could go to Raiders training camp, we have to spend a lot more time at Rams training camp.
Of course.
You know? Raiders, Rams, USC, UCLA. And if the Chargers say no, which I think they will, then I would say yes, we go to USC's training camp.
Yeah.
You know? But it's kind of like, did anybody ever see on Def Comedy Jam, did anybody ever see Bernie Mac's most legendary performance at the Def Comedy Jams? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
I've seen a bunch of them.
No, but like Bernie Mac, it was legendary because everybody was getting roasted before he came out. And Bernie Mac came out and he goes, I ain't afraid of y'all mother effers, you know? And then he would say, DJ, kick it, right? And the whole crowd would lose their minds. So he'd do like joke. And he'd go, and y'all know why? Because I ain't afraid of y'all mother effers. And that would be me at Charger training camp wearing my Raiders
No, you can't do
T-shirt.
that. God, you can't do that, though.
Raiders. Me and Pete Carroll.
I think we should do it.
Just win, baby.
Brought to you by, I don't know, whoever.
BB Go.
Sure, why not?
Let's BB go to all the training camps. I love this idea. I love it.
There it is. So, Tommy, if you're listening, shouts out to you. Got to make it happen.
Tommy, make it work, man.
Sedano and Cap Camp Tour. And then that way Mason will want to try to do it, too, and do their own version of it.
By the way, our marketing guys hate me right now. I'm on everybody's you-know-what list.
Why? What'd you do now?
So last night.
All right, we're going to get to basketball after this.
Last
Go.
night I'm in the suite, right?
Yeah.
And I'm there for this Laker-Luka game.
Did you order something you shouldn't?
No, not that. It's just that when we have
Hold on. Get Bergman real quick. We're going to ask him.
Come on, Bergie. Get in here.
He's trying to leave.
Come on. No,
Get him real quick. Just one. We got to ask him about the camp thing.
Don't let him leave.
Yeah, he's walking out the door. He
Don't
walked
let
out the
him
door.
leave. Don't let him leave.
Bergman!
Bergie!
There he is, coming back. There he is.
Come on.
The Bergman button worked.
Yeah.
All right, can we have an idea for you real quick?
Come on in here, Bergie.
You're the man that makes things happen now.
Yes, you do.
You're that guy.
3 weeks
This is
ago,
the
you
job.
were not that guy. Now
This
you're
is
that
what
guy.
you wanted, okay?
Now you're that guy. You're now that guy. You're my guy.
Sedano and Cap and a football camp tour.
Okay.
Rams, Raiders, Chargers if we can.
Maybe. They
if
may
they
not
let
me
us.
in. They may not let me in.
Okay, if
They're
they
not
let
gonna
us.
let him in for
Doesn't matter.
sure.
We'll figure. I will drag his ass in there if we have to. USC, UCLA, and Cowboys if they're in Oxnard.
Cowboys will be in Oxnard. So, yeah, I think that's something we can go take over to Tom.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
other thing is that we've already come up with a sponsor because we're going to BB go to all these different training camps.
Right, there you go.
You know?
Is that just for doing the reads?
Yeah, so we're like,
that's your payment for the reads?
Right, it's like, hey, we're going to BB go to all the different training camps. Now, by the way,
I actually really like that.
No, we do it every day, different one.
If the Chargers don't let us go there, we replace the Chargers with like the Saints. Let's say the Saints come back to Southern California.
Yeah, well, there's always some team that comes also.
So
It's
you
not
got
always Saints.
Cowboys, Raiders, Rams. I don't think Chargers, but maybe Saints. Is there anybody else that I'm missing?
And then the two college teams.
And then we could do
UCLA and USC.
And furthermore,
they're closing practices, so that's the thing.
Well,
The USC is.
I mean, but they could give
cancel
us
their spring game.
They can give us guys.
But that's a whole different story.
No, but actually, camp in the summer is different.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
Hey,
so I love it. I will absolutely take that to Tommy tomorrow.
and
Tommy, make it happen.
Here's another thing.
Tommy.
Now that I'm thinking about it, here's something else I want to do. You ready? I want to get a big, giant RV.
Oh, jeez.
And I want to plaster mine
It's
and
always
Sedano-
that one step.
Right. I want to plaster mine and Sedano's face all over
Listen,
the giant RV.
you'll be lucky if they let us drive the station
And they're
vehicle.
gonna-
What are you
and
talking
It's going to
about?
have the BB go
Well, what if we
signs.
did that? What if we just made the station vehicle the RV?
Well, if you put our faces all over it, that's fine. But what I'm saying is that we go from camp to camp to camp every day with our big, like, Madden cruiser. It's the Sedano and Cap cruiser. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, what are you're looking at me like something's wrong.
No, I'm just listening to you
no,
talk.
Look, take a look.
Oh, I didn't even notice
Yeah,
that.
he unveiled that
I
in
didn't
the last
notice it.
segment.
I
He
love
said
it,
he was
though.
warm.
I
And
love
all of a
it.
sudden he
I had to
took off his
take
shirt.
off my sweatshirt. 'cause
I love it.
Right?
Hey, look, I heard you
Raiders.
say it. Yes, everybody is welcome into Raider Nation,
Yeah.
but they're not allowed to flip-flop. So we did this with someone else before. It was with Sliwa. Sliwa was in here. He said, I'm a part of Raider Nation, but he wasn't actually.
He wasn't committed.
He wasn't committed. He was just a Charger hater that
Right.
wanted to watch the Raiders win.
Right.
That's not what you can be.
No.
If you're going to do this, you have to be committed and for lifelong Raider fan.
Let me
It's not
explain.
for a year.
No, let me explain something to you.
Nah, Cappy's not that. He's
I
not
know,
a
then I don't
commitment
want him.
person.
I support the LA football teams, the Rams and the Raiders. I just got a brand new Raider hat, okay? I just got a brand new Raider hat. It's got the Raider logo,
Solid.
and underneath it says Big Cappy. It's embroidered
Right.
in. It says Big Cappy.
Yeah,
so
because
that's me.
Tommy got it for you.
That's right, for my birthday because he got me.
Does Lil Cappy have one?
That's a good question.
Little Cappy should also have a Raider
I
hat.
kind of think Lil Cappy has a Charger hat, unfortunately. But my point is that
Well, then Little Cappy can do the show with me at Chargers camp.
Oh, see, you can just be underneath.
yeah, but see this right here?
Yeah,
Raider
love
Nation.
It. Love it. Hey,
Raider
no,
Nation.
okay. If you're gonna do this, you have to commit.
I am committed.
You have to commit
I
to
am committed.
mediocrity.
I-
It's
no.
lifelong.
Yes.
No, to the Raider Nation.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's not excellence.
Well,
No, it
listen.
is commitment to excellence.
Yes, and just win, baby. These are all the phrases that I'm going to start putting
Just-
into my vernacular.
just cover, baby?
No, not just cover, baby. Just win, baby. Because let me tell you something right now. Now that Pete Carroll is the coach of my Raiders, everything will be different.
Okay.
Watch.
All right. Well, let Bergman get out of here. He's trying to fight traffic.
Matthew
this kid.
Stafford
To the
coming
Raiders.
to the Raiders.
Yeah, right.
There you
It's
go.
happening.
All right.
He's with Tom Brady right now.
Sedano and Cap Camp Tour. He's working on it.
We're going to BB go to all the different camps.
No joke. I'm going to go talk to him tomorrow about it.
There it is.
What,
I
why
love
tomorrow?
it.
Why are
Look
you
at
wasting time?
I mean, it's after hours
It's
already.
5:15. You think
Let
any
the
MC
coke
is
kid
doing
have
anything?
He just bought a bottle of Brunello. Let him
I
have
did
it.
just buy a bottle of Brunello, and I'm going to go have some of it.
Okay.
First time I only tasted a little sip because of Sedano's
It's good wine.
Brunello, huh?
Yeah, Brunello.
It's good Italian wine.
Montalcino.
Very nice.
Yeah. All right. Drive safely. All right, let's talk about the Lakers here. All right, so, Cappy, I teased this earlier. Give me a little NBA music there, DeAndre. You have a sec there. So I'm going to ask you, okay, a couple of questions here. We're going to go through the Western Conference here real quick. All right?
Go ahead.
Where do you think the Lakers rank in the Western Conference according to ESPN analytics regarding their percentage chance to win the West and reach the NBA Finals in the year of our Lord 2025?
23%.
And what would that place them? In what position?
5th.
You're wrong on both.
You noticed the numbers I used.
Were kind of outrageous. 23%. Yeah, I heard.
I kind of picked out
LeBron. Yeah.
I could have used 77%.
I mean, why 5th, though?
I don't know. Why not?
Yeah, all right. They are second, but only at 12.5%.
Half of what I said.
Yes. So number one is, take a guess.
I would say Oklahoma City.
Correct. 58.2% chance of reaching the NBA Finals.
Okay.
So Lakers number 2 at 12.5. The Nuggets number 3 at 8.6. The Grizzlies at number 4 at 8.2, so very close to the Nuggets. The Rockets, interestingly enough, at 5th, 5.3. Warriors 6, 3.1. Clippers 1.9. Mavericks 1.4. Timberwolves 0.8. That's the top 9 currently, because the 10 seed's not.
Did I hear you say Minnesota? Where did you have Minnesota?
They're last of those teams.
What number were they?
0.8.
Yeah, but what number is that? 8?
9.
9. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Lakers are considered
Number
the second
2.
best chance to make it to the NBA Finals?
According to ESPN Analytics.
Why is that?
Well, they base it off what they project Luka and LeBron and the defense to be, and the defense has been the best defense since January 15th, even before. And it's interesting. So I asked the folks at SIG, I'm like, what are the opponent's shooting percentage against? Like when Luka and Reeves are the primary defenders, which are the two quote-unquote weaker links, right, for the Lakers.
Okay.
So they wrote me back, according to our friends at Second Spectrum.
Now what is that?
They track all this stuff,
I don't know
Cap.
what First Spectrum is. Okay? Seriously. I mean, you were talking about Second Spectrum.
Second Spectrum. Basically, every arena has all these cameras. Okay, in it. And it literally can measure everything. All right. Okay? It can measure how fast the guy runs,
much the guy has run
right
during
back
the
and
whole
forth,
game.
the
Okay.
whole thing, and
Yep.
everything, including obviously when they're primary defenders or whatever, et cetera, et cetera.
Got it.
So according to Second Spectrum, Austin Reeves is allowing 46.3 as the contesting defender, which is not great. 177th amongst 250 players to allow at least 300 field goal attempts this season.
Well, it's bottom third-ish.
Not good.
Yeah.
Luka Dončić, though, interestingly enough,
Tell me.
holding opponents to 39.8% field goal percentage,
Better?
which is stunning.
Better?
Seventh in the league. I would have never guessed
Wow.
that.
7th overall. What'd you
Since
say Austin
joining
Reeves
the
was?
Lakers, Dončić is holding opponents to 35.1%. Okay? Luka's defensive struggles, though, according to Second Spectrum, this was a problem last year during the finals particularly, can't guard anybody on the drive. Right, DeAndre? I mean, you've seen that. He gets blown by more than anybody for the most part.
For sure.
Well, he had that play last night where Kyrie blew by him, and he went and he fouled Kyrie, and then he argued with the refs that it wasn't really a foul, and Kyrie had his right hand up with the ball.
That one was
but he hit him
ticky-tack,
in the
though.
left.
That one was ticky-tack.
I
I ain't
agree.
gonna lie to you, that
But the bottom line was he had no choice but to smack him because Kyrie blew right by him.
Yeah. So that's a problem for him. He allows blow-bys on 48% of possessions.
They have a stat called blow-bys?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. Second Spectrum,
Second
bro.
Spectrum, bro. They're so much better than First Spectrum. The second generation of Spectrums 2.0 is so much better.
Yeah. So 48% of drives as the ball handler defender, as the guy who's got the ball and he's defending him.
Okay.
Highest rate of any player to guard the ball handler on at least 25 drives this season. So they went. They said, okay, we will literally try to find the smallest sample size ever to try to make him look better, and they couldn't.
Can you go through that stat one more time? Because you said it fast, and I want everybody to, including myself.
Luka, his defense struggles in guarding drives.
Okay?
So when there's a ball handler and he's guarding them, they blow by him 48% of the time.
Okay.
Which is, as I mentioned, the highest rate of any player with at least 25 blow-bys.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so like that, hell, you can see like 3 or 4 blow-bys in a quarter, let alone a game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's the worst at guarding one-on-one.
Okay.
But the good news.
Okay, let's have it.
There's a bright side.
Lay it on me.
The Lakers, I asked the folks at SIG, I'm like, what does Second Spectrum say about the Lakers defending the paint? Okay? So they said Lakers only allowing, and this is since the Luka trade.
Okay, that was an important distinction because
Yes.
if this was the whole season, you have AD in the paint.
Since the Luka trade.
Okay, keep going.
41.3 points in the paint since the trade on February 2nd, which ranks number 1 in the NBA over that span. Okay? And that's 2.5 points higher than number 2, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Dončić
himself has missed 4 of the 9 games in that span. But, get this, the Lakers' points per game allowed is even better in the games Luka has played at 38.8 in the 5 games that Luka's played. So what JJ and them are doing is basically they've done as good a job in a very small sample size of 5 games of covering up Luka's biggest wart, which is he gets blown by a lot. Now, can they do that as the season progresses, as teams get more film on what they're trying to do? That, to me, is the biggest question. When people talk about, when Brian Windhorst was in here the other day, on Monday, and he said the biggest reason to believe in the Lakers is they've been the best defense since January 15th, which included a lot of AD not being available to them. So, to me, I agree with him as long as they can continue to defend with Luka being the guy that teams are going to call up and say, that guy. We got to go at that guy. Because I'm going to talk some ball with DeAndre now.
You're talking a lot of numbers. I'm not getting
I'm gonna
ball
talk-
talk.
I'm gonna
Go
talk
ahead.
some
You guys
ball with
talk
DeAndre
ball.
now.
I'm going to be over here trying to compute what George said. I've written it all down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and figure out what he said. Second Spectrum, SIG, I'm working on numbers.
Yeah. The way the NBA works, particularly today in 2025, as you know, DeAndre, the blow-by is important because it then, if you touch the paint on a blow-by, it then sends everybody on the defense into scramble mode, okay? And the ball, Mike D'Antoni used to have this saying, right? The ball finds energy, which is basically the ball moves faster than the defense more times than not. So if all of a sudden Luka gets blown by because he's getting picked on in the postseason and everybody else has to then cover and rotate, can the offense exploit that? Now, through 5 games or whatever it's been for the Lakers, that has not been the case, okay? And perhaps that may not be the case, right? Maybe they've got enough length on the perimeter, even though they don't have traditional size, that they can make that work. But as you know, DeAndre, once the blow-by happens and somebody touches the paint, then you got all the drive and kick game going, ball starts moving. That could be problems for the Lakers.
And it disrupts the defense. But I will say, though, when Luka and as far as Austin Reeves, when they do get blown by, there was a couple of possessions last night where Dorian Finney-Smith does a great job of rotating to the corner. And then with Jared Vanderbilt also in addition as well, they do a good job of rotating. So I will say, obviously when Luka Dončić does get blown by, Lakers have done a good job of implementing, okay, we're going to have somebody there on the help side, and that creates the rotations even better.
5 games, though. So there's a long way to go still. Teams have seen more about how they're handling those particular situations and try to see if they can exploit. Because you could also go, you see Dorian Finney-Smith or Vanderbilt cover the corners, all of a sudden you can go ball reversal there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I think that ball reversal, Cappy.
I like ball reversal.
Okay. Then all of a sudden, I'm curious to see how they react. Now, look, I think JJ's going to have it all figured out the best he can. But I am genuinely curious to see how that in particular, the Luka blow-by, which has been his biggest Achilles heel, okay, in his career, if they can overcome that in the playoffs when the best players are all playing 38 to 40 minutes. It's not going to happen when, guy number 9 on the bench is playing in these games,
Well, a couple of things here. So
that's ball talk right there.
That is ball talk. It's also like really nerdy number basketball talk.
Well, but it wasn't that nerdy.
No, it was really nerdy. No, really, really nerdy.
I gave you real context despite, I didn't just throw the numbers at you. I gave you an explanation as to what was happening.
I'm just saying deep into the numbers.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going deep into the analytics. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going deeper than I've ever been before.
Right.
But here's the thing.
But at some point, Cappy, we got to take the floaties off you.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean. You got to get in these waters.
But I'm a gut guy. You're an analytics guy.
No, it's not even analytics.
Yeah, it's numbers.
both.
Yeah.
Because I just gave you those numbers, and then DeAndre and I broke it down for you physically. I mean, if we had a whiteboard, we would have really gone at it there.
Well, here's the thing that DeAndre brings up. He brings up two names: Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt.
Right, who have been unsung heroes, particularly Dorian Finney-Smith. You want to talk about like the a guy whose stuff doesn't show up in the box score? That guy.
Well, so here's the thing. When the Lakers made the trade for Dorian Finney-Smith, I know for me, I didn't know what his defensive contribution was going to be and how important it was going to be.
We tried to tell you.
But Jared Vanderbilt, which, by the way, I got to say to J.J. Redick, you got to stop calling him Doe.
No, Doe is Dorian Finney-Smith.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know.
Vando is.
I didn't know who was Doe. Like,
No,
I literally
no,
was last night. I was going, when he says Doe, does he mean, is he abbreviating Vando? And now that's. Then
No,
where's Dorian?
Doe is Dorian Finney-Smith.
But why is Dorian Finney-Smith Doe?
That's his nickname.
Okay, so you see, I didn't know that. So last night I'm listening to the
let's
press
catch
conference.
up.
Last night I'm listening to the press conference. I'm like, every time he says Doe, I'm not joking when I tell you I went to the box score to try and figure out who the hell's he talking about here. And the best thing I could come up with was Vanderbilt. Everybody calls him Vando, so they abbreviated it to Doe.
No, Doe is Dorian Finney-Smith. Or he also at times has gone by Dodo.
But here's the thing. Those two guys, I'm glad you brought them up because everybody talks about LeBron and everybody talks about Austin Reeves and everybody talks about Luka. And we're always concentrating, mostly in sports, on offense.
Yeah.
You know? Jared Vanderbilt, and we talked a lot about this in the early part of the year when he was hurt and he was out. What he is going to mean to the Lakers on the defensive end when he's healthy and he comes back. The trade for Dorian Finney-Smith, now known affectionately as Doe, and the combination of the return of Vando, that has made a dramatic, I would say, easy to see difference in how the Lakers play defense.
Right, because LeBron is long enough and playing defense at a high level. Rui is a positive defender as well.
Yeah, so I got to say, we all talk about Rob Pelinka and the move to get Luka, but I think one of the moves that's so under the radar this year
is Finney-Smith.
Is Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah.
And the other thing is,
I'm glad you finally realized that.
But Vanderbilt coming back,
Vando,
as he's known, Vanderbilt coming back from injury, is like making a trade and getting a completely new player, because he's been unavailable for so long. So now you combine these two guys, Doe and Vando, and you put them together with Luka, and LeBron, who, by the way, his effort level has gone up a lot. I don't know if it's just purely energy from Luka or if it was even preceding Luka.
Oh, it was preceding Luka.
Because he had
been at least 5 or 6 weeks, LeBron has played defense at a very high level.
So it is exciting. Now, you broke down a lot of numbers. For me, it's very geeky and very nerdy and very inside basketball. For you, it's like, it's your first language. For me, it's not. But it's easy for me to see those two guys that you mentioned.
And it's like I'm talking to you in Slovenian?
Well, sort of. I mean, if you could slow down the Slovenian, it would help a little bit.
By the way, did you see Luka in the postgame talking Spanish? He speaks Spanish so
His
well.
Spanish is great.
His Spanish is impeccable. And like his English, obviously, he struggles a little bit. It's his fourth language.
Yeah, no, he was great last night after the game. I mean, I stuck around. I actually sat here.
I love that he speaks with the Spanish accent, with
like
the
that?
acento.
Well, I mean, listen,
los partidos.
Spanish.
Sí.
No, it's Cubano.
No, he speaks the King's Spanish.
Mexicano.
Yeah,
Sí.
Speaks the King's Spanish, yeah.
But I sat here last night and I watched. I can't believe. And by the way, Beto's trying to get me to come into the studio last night. I'm like, bro, I'm done. I'm toast. I'm wiped. I'm done.
I mean, I was hanging out with Miles Garrett.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting back here. I'm watching the post-game press conferences. I'm done. I'm not coming in on the Laker post-game show. But yeah, it's interesting to hear those defensive numbers that I don't know that everybody really digs into quite as well as you do, and know how much better they are because of the way their stats say they're defending.
Do you want me to forward these to you?
I would love it. Sig.
You want me to forward it?
Sig
Seriously?
me.
I'll forward it.
I would. Sig me.
All right, I'll forward it to you.
You forward that to me, too. I might implement that.
Yeah,
there
put
you
that
go.
in there.
Yeah, I got it for you.
Put it all up in there.
Yeah. Linz, you want him to?
I have them.
Oh, whoa. What's up?
Hey.
I was writing them all down. I was writing them all down as you were firing them off.
I'll send them anyway for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For the SIGs. Yeah.
I got Mookie Betts in there, too. You want to sneak that in?
So hold on a second. You've gone. Matthew
I sent them in the subject line. Yeah. I said NBA, MLB, NFL questions.
Wow.
I still have some more NBA stuff.
Give me some of this Mookie stuff.
Okay, hold on. Stand by. Let me get the email again.
Okay, let us know when you have it.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so here we go. Oh, no, that's not it. It's this one. I hate this email setup.
What's so wrong with the email setup?
The Outlook setup is annoying. But anyway, no, this is not it.
I don't ever use Outlook.
I have to.
Well, I have it. I just don't like to use it.
Yeah. All right, hold on.
I don't ever check my email.
Oh, here we go.
From company email.
Here it is. All right, so you want the Mookie stuff? So I simply just asked him about Mookie. What was Mookie's fielding percentage when he played shortstop last year and second base? But he played shortstop a decent amount at times last year. 963 fielding percentage. Lindsay, can you look up where that ranks among shortstops? I'm sure you could find
you said
that.
963?
Yeah.
Email Sig.
Yeah, I should have asked him where it ranked.
Come on, George.
That was my fault.
Come on.
I was more worried. Honestly, I was more interested in the basketball and football stuff.
I understand.
Those two were more interesting.
What's the number
got
again
you
one more
into
time?
Mookie then.
Because Mookie said recently that he's going to basically some semblance of, he's going to prove everybody wrong that he can play shortstop at this stage of his career, which, look, he's an incredible athlete.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about Mookie playing shortstop. Remember last year he got thrusted into it because Gavin Lux got hurt so late in the
He volunteered for the job.
Correct. So he's had a whole offseason. Do you know he's been working out with Troy Tulowitzki at shortstop?
I have seen that.
Yeah.
I think, listen, I would
That's
say
really
this.
smart.
Well, going to anybody who was a good defensive shortstop
Tulo.
and saying, hey, I need to work with you. I need to pick your brain.
Understand the nuances of the position.
I've been out in right field. And by the way, best right fielder in baseball. And
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of good ones, but he's the best.
Yeah.
And he has been very selfless to volunteer.
Yeah.
Go back to second.
I love him.
Go to short.
He's my favorite player in the entire sport by a country mile.
I love Mookie Betts, but
He's the only jersey I own.
oh, really? You own a jersey?
Yeah,
Really?
and it's I have a Los Dodgers.
Hey, but I will say this: I wasn't a huge fan until he did what he did last year in the World Series. Freddie Freeman. I mean, what he did last year in the World Series has taken him to like legendary status.
Yeah.
And I was.
And remember how he was mopey at the beginning 2 years ago?
Oh my God, he was crying every day.
And Clayton Kershaw, remember, had to go out to be like, "Yo, bro,
Yeah,
I mean, this place is pretty good,
Enough of your crying.
Yeah.
But what he did last year in the World Series, even if you don't love the Dodgers,
Yeah.
you have to love the player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So anyway,
and then
where
what
were
he did in the fire situation too, like he also stepped up big there too. So anyway, yeah. So I got a couple more basketball ones. You want a little quick little taste?
Let me hear what you got.
I asked about Jokic.
What about him?
So, Jokic has pretty much dominated the Lakers, right? So
Pretty
I asked
much?
him.
How about completely owned them?
Yeah. So I asked him in the 2 games this season, I'd love to know what Jokic's usage rate was, which is, he's got control of the game, basically. First game, this is an enormous number, okay? 39.4%.
What was the score in the game? Do you know?
I mean, Denver beat them.
They killed them.
Yeah, they kicked their ass.
I'm going to take a guess that
November 23rd.
Okay, I'm going to take a guess that the next thing you're going to tell us is from the most recent game this past Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guess the number is much smaller because he didn't have as much of a contribution.
It's nearly half.
Yeah, because he
21.4%.
And what did he do?
I mean, that's like role player number.
What do you have? 7 points or was it
7
7
shots?
Yeah, 7
Like,
shots.
So I will say this, and I said it the other day. I'm confident JJ will have more wrinkles, but as we talked with Brian, I don't know if I loved unveiling that one in February.
Oh no, I disagree.
And I know you like it because they needed the belief.
Right. That's what JJ was selling.
No, I know.
Well, not me selling it. He's selling it.
Yeah.
Really quick, by the way, Mookie Betts ranks 79th in fielding percentage for last season as a shortstop.
Amongst all shortstops?
Correct.
Wow.
Well, he didn't play there that much, did he?
He played a decent amount.
But how many games?
I could look it up.
He played. It's because it's non-qualified. He's not even qualified for considered to be a leader.
Right.
In the category.
Okay. Anyway, so we can figure that out in a second. And thank you, Lindsay. But yeah, they did that's an incredible job of the Lakers limiting him to basically half his usage.
I understand. To go from, what was the first number?
39.4.
Down to?
21.4.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the Lakers came up with a great game plan, number one.
65 games for Mookie, by the way.
Okay, thank you. Lakers came up with a great game plan, number one. And I contend, and you guys didn't really buy this, but Actually, somebody did mention it here the other day. Who was in studio? Oh, it was Shams, I think.
Yeah.
Shams said, he goes, the Lakers really wanted that game.
Yeah.
And the Nuggets didn't really care that much. So, might they have come up with an adjustment? Perhaps. Especially if
in a playoff series, they would.
In a game that means something to them.
Oh, yeah.
They had won 9 straight games. They'd owned the Lakers. Lakers came out on fire. Lakers had a good defensive game plan. Yeah. Lakers desperately wanted and played energetically like they wanted that game, and the Nuggets did not. Yeah. I'm not trying to knock on the Laker win. I'm just trying to say that the numbers actually make a lot of sense,
right,
based on what the Nuggets did in the first game versus what the Lakers did.
It meant
in the
a lot
game.
more to the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And then last thing I asked them was, OKC, what do they rank in 3-point shooting since the turn of the calendar? Because that was kind of their Achilles heel.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. They're tough. They're young, but they're going to be really tough.
It's funny you say that. I got to look into. I know I played some Prize Picks today with Chet Holmgren. Let's see how he's doing.
My guy, Chet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got to take a look at how he's doing.
Yeah. All right. In the meantime, that's our 30 minutes, Cappy. Look at that.
Actually, 31 minutes.
We sigged it.
We did in a big way.
Yeah.
We Spectrum 2'd it. we Spectrum 2.0'd it.
Oh, Cappy.
God, I can't believe I'm going to lose this tonight on Prize Picks. I took Paul George for less than 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and he's sitting on 26 right now.
No.
It's freaking
got to come to us first, man.
Yeah. Well, no, the thing is that I got to start learning to play less.
Yeah, you always do more. I've told you this forever. Yeah. ESPN LA, the Lakers and BB Go teaming up to find the Lakers GOAT, greatest fan of all time. Are you the GOAT? If so, you can win the ultimate prize pack, including courtside seats. I don't know how many. I got to be honest with you. I'm assuming at least 2. So yeah. So I don't know. And a year's supply of BB Go. All you got to do is go to LakersGoat.com, LakersGFOAT.com. For more information, check it out there, how you can win those prizes. All right, coming up next, Cappy, big deal or no deal, but first tell us about your friends at Seller's Advantage.
Yeah, this is a big deal. Hey, look, if you would like to sell your home, and everybody has a different reason, right? Like for me, my kids are now out of the house, but I do know that 2 of my kids will be coming home for the summer. But if you've become an empty nester, that might be a reason why you wanted to sell your house. It could be that your folks left you a house, you inherited a home, you don't want to manage the property, you don't want to live in the property, you don't want to pay the property taxes. Maybe that's why you want to sell. Or maybe you're just like, you know what? Time for a change of scenery. But it doesn't really matter. What does matter is this. Seller's Advantage has a custom solution for your needs. They'll make you a competitive cash offer, no repairs needed. It's an as-is purchase. So with that competitive cash offer, you don't have to worry about complicated closing processes. There's no worries about contracts falling through. Seller's Advantage has been making people happy for years. They've got tons of reviews to prove that. So listen, you want to sell your house? You want to sell it fast? You want to get top dollar for your house? Call Seller's Advantage today for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and you can visit them online at sellersadvantage.com.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
When you think of Travis, you think of this.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
When you think of me, what do you think of?
The first
well, it should be the first thing. What's in your mind right now?
See, I have to edit because the first thing, martini.
No! Great answer! Great answer!
It's bad.
Why?
The first thing I think of is a drink.
I like martinis.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Neil Young. Live at the Hollywood Bowl September 15th. Tickets go on sale this Friday, but you can win yours before they even drop. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see the legendary Neil Young take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. Neil Young, September 15th, Hollywood Bowl. Presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Take a look at me.
I feel like your fat is less visceral.
Oh, really?
The LA Afternoon Takeover rolls on right now.
Paul George just screwed you, Cappy. He just hit a 3. In the third quarter, you're done. At least you're done early.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Toast.
All right. Big deal or no deal. Take it away, Linz.
Thanks, Sedano. All right, so I was going to do this one for Radio Tinder, but we did not have time.
Didn't you have a Mookie Betts update on the fielding percentage thing?
Update on the fielding percentage. So,
at shortstop.
He had a .963 fielding percentage at shortstop last year.
Right.
And in order to qualify among like the sortable stats on ESPN, you have to have at least 110 at bats.
Right.
He did not
110
or 110 games. Sorry.
Right, and he only played 65.
Right, at shortstop.
Yeah.
So if he doubled that up, if he doubled that amount of games or whatever it was, if he got to 110, he would be 17th in fielding percentage.
So not as
among
bad.
those who
Right.
qualify.
Yeah, so not as bad.
No, but not up to a standard.
No, still not good.
It's not up to you want to know what the telling stat is? That it's not up to any standard. The worst team in fielding percentage in 2024 was the Miami Marlins. Their team average
980,
was 980. So, and that was last. So, and Mookie being 963 is far below that.
Yeah, so he's got work to do, and I'm glad he worked with Tulowitzki in the offseason.
I just think that for Mookie Betts, you're a guy who wants to be great at everything you do.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to take one for the team and move to what is probably the hardest position on the field.
Oh, my God, it is, yeah.
You're a selfless guy. And not only are you selfless, like, yeah, I'll just go play it. No. I'm planning on playing it at the same level I play right field.
Yeah.
So I'll do the work.
He's no Omar Vizquel, that's for sure.
All right, Linz, go ahead.
All right, so the U.S. Postal Service announced last week that they're going to honor the legendary Betty White with a new stamp.
Oh.
So the new stamp features Betty White in like a purple polka-dotted shirt with a light violet background. Very cute. It's adorable. Her name's printed in white text underneath it, and then it says Forever USA. That's what the stamps are these days. They're called Forever stamps, and they're currently valued at 73 cents, by the way.
Wait, a regular stamp?
Yes, the Forever stamp.
73 cents?
Currently,
remember when it was like
yes.
a quarter?
Oh, my God. I remember when it was like 10 cents. I remember when there used to be like a 10-cent stamp and a 5-cent stamp, and you have to put like 3 stamps on an envelope.
If you buy them now, Cap, in like 20 years, they'll probably be worth a lot of money, Because
I'm not a stamp collector.
They're forever stamps. You can use them,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's like a stock, but
When
on
was the
paper.
last time you mailed something?
Ooh,
It's been
not
a
that
minute.
long ago, actually.
Oh, really?
So people still mail, like, thank you cards and stuff.
Yep. Good
Christmas
for-
cards.
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
I would like to.
Yeah.
I just don't have the bandwidth to create a Christmas card.
Go ahead, Linz.
So I was going to ask you guys, if you got to choose, like, if the post office came to you and was like, all right, we're going to make a new stamp, you get to pick somebody or something that you want to put on a stamp, and it's never been done before, who are you going to put on a stamp?
I don't know who hasn't been on a stamp, so that's part of my problem.
I have a good one.
Okay, go.
Pee Wee Herman.
That's kind of funny.
That's
actually.
great because, he recently passed away.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a good, you do like the whole, do different characters from the show.
How about this? Sean Connery.
He'd be a good one.
An incredibly accomplished actor. Passed away within the last several years.
Does a person have to be dead to have a stamp?
No.
Could be alive. I think a bunch of presidents have had stamps.
Yes. Which age would you do the Sean Connery stamp at? Like,
I would want. I think I'd do multiple different ones.
Okay.
I'd do like when he was like young James Bond because he was the original Bond. I'd do one kind of like middle-aged Sean Connery and then like the elder statesman Sean Connery. So 3 different phases of
when
it.
he had that weird haircut that was like the Caesar cut almost.
Yeah.
How about you, Cappy?
This is easy for me. I want a Luka stamp.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's right. I want a Luka stamp. I want him in a Laker jersey. I want him barking at somebody. That's what I want.
They should do a LeBron stamp.
I mean,
I wasn't going to say that.
Really? You don't think LeBron's worthy of a stamp? I bet you Michael Jordan has a stamp.
I don't think so.
Let me look. I'm going to look it up.
Would that help him in the GOAT conversation?
I mean, that would probably end it right
You're
there,
the
right?
LeBron Gafote, that's for sure.
I don't think you. I don't think that. No, they do.
Michael Jordan has a stamp?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There's
All
also a Kobe stamp, so maybe LeBron
right.
does
there
have
you go.
one.
So maybe he can have one. All right, go ahead.
Oh, that's it for Big Deal or No
That's
Deal.
it? Oh, I thought we had at least one more in us. Yeah. How about Eric Musselman? Can we do that one?
Sure.
Yeah. So Eric Musselman, Cappy,
Yeah.
the USC basketball head coach.
Okay, gotcha.
He is not happy, right, Linz, about the travel
Oh, he's
for
pissed.
Yeah, I got it.
basketball teams. Go ahead.
So just warning, this is a little bit long, but it's you
Just
need.
give us like the quick details of it.
Okay.
I mean, I think there's a whole bunch of things that factor. Number one, UCLA, Washington, Oregon, USC, we're in the hole 2 to 4 games based on travel. And it's going to be that forever for men's basketball. So you either got to do it UCLA women and USC women, and you got to have far superior talent in order to survive all this. This is the same trip that Coach Cronin, had his, and unless you're doing it or have done it in the past, which no one has done it unless you've been in the NBA. And when you travel 3 time zones and you're out here for 6 days, and we're going to get back right now, we're supposed to stop in Kansas City or Tulsa. We're going to get back roughly at 3 a.m. Then we're going to bus. And then they're going to go to class at 8.
No, they're not.
And you're not going to be in your bed even to try to attempt to sleep until 4 a.m. And then you have a class in 4 hours, which means you got to get up, you got to shower, you got to get to class.
Oh, they're not going to class.
So, should a West Coast team be playing a game at 6 o'clock at night? By the way, Ohio State's in Los Angeles and has been there for 2 days. And they played several hours before us. But yet we're the team that has to travel cross country, and then our body clocks have to readjust. So is that why we lost tonight? No, I'm more worried about the travel affecting our game at Ohio State than I am this game, because when the schedule came out, the game that I thought we would be most affected by is Ohio State.
So you get the point. He's got a point, but this is the deal they made with the devil.
Yeah, hey, listen, you can sit here and complain all day long about the travel, okay? But this is basketball. Think about what it's like for
like
the other
Olympic sports.
Yeah, think about what it's like for the baseball team, the softball team. Think about what it's like for the volleyball team that maybe doesn't have quite the same travel schedule or accommodations that I'm going to guess that the USC basketball team gets. Hey, Coach, listen, I feel you. I do. And I'm empathetic to your gripe. I am. But this is the fault of your athletic directors / presidents of your universities. The schools, in this particular case, USC, they led the charge to go to the Big Ten. So you can blame the schedule and you can blame the travel, but just remember who you work for. And granted, it's the previous athletic director who's no longer there, but USC USC was the team that led the charge to grab UCLA and go to the Big Ten, and then everybody else said, let's go to the Big Ten. So who are you blaming?
I mean, he should blame you because it was your guy.
Yeah, but how about just blame my guy? Why do you blame me?
I'm just saying because he's not around.
He's here.
And you're here.
You can find him.
Oh. Is he here?
He's here.
Still in L.A.?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm here.
Yeah, I went to a Laker game with him maybe end of last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I mean, listen, I'll just say this. I know Mick Cronin, the basketball coach at UCLA,
I mean,
he's complained.
Mick Cronin was over the top. He's also, Mick Cronin has also blamed his players at a ridiculous rate this year for stuff that is not always the player's fault.
I mean, look, I get it. I understand the travel sucks. It does.
Yeah.
When you have to, instead of going to Washington State, you have to go to Ohio State. That sucks.
It sucks. I get it, but this is the deal they made with the Devil,
that's
Cappy.
right.
All right, real quick, let's talk Prize Picks before we get to Dealer's Choice. Cappy, you want sports action? In the state of California, Prize Picks is the place. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. First $5 play gets you a $50 bonus. Man, it's as simple as a stat for a particular player in almost any sport imaginable, and you go more or less, and then you bundle those picks together, and you could win a lot of money, Cap.
Yeah. Hey, listen, to everybody that plays my picks over the last couple of days, I appreciate you guys. But it's like I always say to you, you send me your picks, and I'll play your picks. All you have to do is click the share button, and then you tweet it, and I will play your picks. Because I'm getting a lot of grief from everybody.
Yeah, because you picked Paul George, and that didn't work out.
Well, here, like tonight, I had 3 picks. You ready? I took Scoot Henderson tonight to go for more than 12.5 points. He's got 13. I took Chet Holmgren tonight, and at halftime, he's got 7, but I need him to go for more than 14.5. So I'm still alive. But I had Paul George tonight to go for less than 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and he's at 29. So my $20 power play to win $100, gone. So don't follow my picks.
All right. Either way, download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. First $5 play gets you a $50 bonus. It's fun, though. I will say
it's
that.
Awesome. I love
it's great entertainment.
Last night,
I
I was sitting at the Laker game,
Yeah.
and all I was worried about was, is Max Christie going to get me to more than 12 points? Because he was stuck on 10 points forever. And I was pissed at LeBron for airballing that free throw.
Play responsibly, of course, but first $5 play gets you a $50 bonus. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Prize Picks. Run your game.
The LA Kings continue to be the best home team in the NHL and mounted a third-period comeback Monday to beat rival Vegas.
Moore, left wing, Moore shoots, scores! Trevor Moore with a snipe from the near circle. Kings taken away. Byfield steps to the middle. Can't shoot yet. Backhander in front. Score! Fogle! What a goal! Byfield to Fogle. He deep to the backhand and flicked it into the empty net. And with 11:29 to play in the third, it's 3-2 LA. Throws it back in deep again. Maybe keep away by the Kings here late. Now left circle, Fiala in front. Backhand. Score! What a goal! Kevin Fiala. And the Kings lead by 3 late in the third period. A 4-goal frame here in Los Angeles. A barrage here in the final 20.
Tonight, the Kings return to action at home at Crypto.com Arena to meet another Pacific Division opponent, the Vancouver Canucks. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 7 p.m. Pacific on the all-new ESPN LA app.
From holding up the line, we ask that you kindly not be that guy, and instead simply go to Verizon and trade in any phone from their top brands in any condition on any unlimited plan for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 with Galaxy AI.
With new line on my plan. Additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Final segment of the show. What's coming up next after us? ESPN Radio?
Correct.
Look at that. Tomorrow, Lakers will be back in action. So we will have a short show, I presume. There you have it. All right, great job today,
No,
Captain.
actually, I think tomorrow's game is at 7:30.
Oh, so full show.
So I think full show tomorrow.
Yeah, you almost stepped on the...
No. I knew what was coming.
All right.
I knew what was happening.
Also, USC basketball, 7 o'clock. Pregame starts.
Tonight?
Yes.
Oh, so we got ESPN Radio and then USC. Why don't they just replay an hour of us?
Well, they were going to, but I just noticed that it was, it must have just got changed at the last
Yeah,
minute.
I was just going to say. I mean, they used to replay like DeMarco and Travis and DeMarco. I mean, we never get the replay. And we're the show that just finished.
Right.
The hell?
We could have taken that Tim McMahon half hour and we could have had a good time with that.
Right? You literally just could have replayed like that and...
Well, then, you know what would have happened, though? Cappy would have messed up, like, the whole timing out thing, and you would have gone to throw to it, and then you would have just kept talking.
I literally now understand what LeBron felt like that day with J.R. Smith in the NBA Finals. I'm just like...
But I love how I got blamed for that.
Wait a minute,
when
Cappy.
You did not
This is
speak into
Dealer's
my
Choice,
ear.
brought to you by... Go ahead,
You
Dealer's
did not-
Choice. Read the Dealer's Choice thing.
Oh, my God. I'm taking the stray on that one.
This is your Dealer's Choice. Go.
Dealer's Choice brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Want you to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it with an as-is competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Grant in L.A., who is the best at the Photoshop, he did. He had me and you and then LeBron and J.R. Smith in the same Photoshop. It was
great.
Well, they're in the group chat. It was, during that commercial
It was
break.
in the group
we
chat.
gave the exact time.
Yeah.
And then
Right, but then you
when we
counted
came
down George
Well,
and
that's
not
because
me.
George was the one that was talking.
Right, but don't you think that I should have also
I
been
gave
hearing
you I gave you a 2-minute, and then I continued to count down George because you have to. I literally have to scroll a button, press another one, and then scroll back because you guys are both on remote.
Either way, it was funny.
I have a lot of faith in you.
It was funny.
I have a lot of faith.
I figured with 2 minutes you'd kind of get the hint,
Nope.
It was funny.
Nope. Let me say something here. What time are we out? How much time do I have?
Well, if you check the group chat, Cappy, then you would know.
He did send it. He did. DeAndre did send it.
It's not that hard to get up, though, and walk in here and go, hey, guys, here's the out time, is it?
Well, because he just figured it out during the break. He's got to do the math.
You got 1 minute and 25 seconds. Go.
Here's what's going to happen tomorrow in the 5 o'clock hour. So make sure you're here.
Oh.
At 5 o'clock tomorrow, during the commercial-free portion of the broadcast, I've been talking about going to the Eagles this past weekend. And Deacon Fry, who is the son of Glenn Fry, who is in the middle of the band. So there are 5 guys up on stage, all with guitars. Deacon Fry is in the middle
1 minute.
of the band. Okay? Thank you, Lindsay. I know I've got a minute because DeAndre had already
Just
told
making
me.
sure I know that, but I just made sure I reiterated on the
Okay?
air so
Appreciate
everyone
it.
hears.
How much time do I have now?
You just keep going. Just keep going.
So
I'll
here's
count you down.
So here's the thing. Deacon Fry is a lifelong Laker fan.
40 seconds.
He's also a guy who grew up on listening to 7:10 a.m.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, Deacon Fry
30 seconds.
from the Eagles is going to come in studio, and we're going to talk about Lakers. We're going to talk about Luka. We're going to talk about the Eagles. We're going to talk about
20.
the Sphere. He's going to tell us the whole story, and I can't wait. So I'll just say this. Be here tomorrow at 5 o'clock, sucker.
All right, 10 seconds. We're done here. All right, great job, Cappy. Mario for just jumping in there. Greg Bergman for hanging out. Tim McMahon, The Circle, Lindsay, DeAndre.